Hey everyone, and welcome to No Man's Land, and welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you've had all had a brilliant week. Good to see you all here again in the chat. So how is everyone this fine Saturday evening? I've got the big farmer saying if you click on your link for merch, I come to your YouTube channel. I don't know about that. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, not sure, because that's all should be linked to Teespring. It's supposed to be automatic when you connect it, so I will have a look into it because I'm not sure what the problem is there. Rodrigo saying hi. Peter V saying fine, thank you, nice one. So last week, was it last week? Yeah, last Saturday. Oh, it's been another hectic week for me, and feels like forever since the last stream. Yeah, I can't remember if we ploughed those fields in or just planted them. I know we definitely got the crops in because I think that's what we finished with. So we've got a... could do with rolling these fields. We'll have a look at possibly doing that if we can get a roller. And also we need to get a weeder as well for the other field of wheat. So what we're going to do to start with is... yeah, we'll head over to area 22, the forest. Stevie's already been on and got some logs cut. So we've got those ready to load up. So we'll get those loaded up and sold. So Stevie's with me again. So hi Stevie.
Hello.
How are you? How's the little one?
Great. Sleepless nights, dirty nappies, you name it, but living the dream.
Nice one. Good to hear everything's okay. And thanks again for coming on to help out.
Anytime.
And before we really get going, I just want to say a big thank you to DRndalo for providing the server for tonight's stream. And if you are interested in getting your own dedicated server for FS22, then check out the link to DRndalo in the description. They do many other games including Minecraft, Valheim, Ark Survival, many others as well. So if you're interested in a dedicated server, then please consider checking them out. It is an affiliation link, so I will get a little bit of commission if you sign up to a server at no extra cost for you, so it does help the channel a little bit. So yeah, consider that and check out the link if you're interested. Steve H, hey, good to see you again. Farming Simulator 22 saying hi, hey to you. Archeon, or is that Archeon? Finally I make it to a stream. Hello Sim and Stevie, yeah, hi to you. I've still got many things I need to sort out, and increasing the size of the text of the chat is one I keep meaning to do, and I keep forgetting to get round to doing it. Some of the names are just a little bit too difficult to read. PC Playing Milk saying I have no sound on my stream. Does anybody else have that issue? Finstad has become a member. Thank you very much. Welcome to the farm manager level. I'll get this log fork on, and Scott's saying he can hear me fine. Nice one. I'll say everything looks fine my end, so yeah, not sure about that. Malk, maybe you've got it muted. Canadian Gamer, are you going to get FDR logging equipment on this map? Possibly. At the moment I haven't had enough time to get all the key bindings set up for the Xbox controller. I've done most of them, but not all of them, and I need to go through all the different equipment. So as soon as I get time to set all that up and have a play around with them as well, just to see what they're like to use. So literally I only had about 5 minutes on the Friday to have a play around with them. So yeah, once I've had a play around with them a little bit more, I'll definitely be giving them a go. Steve H saying, just want to say, Sim Farmer managed to pass my LGV theory, hazard perception and module 2 tests on Wednesday. Nice one, congratulations on that. Svante saying hello from Sweden. Hey to you. So, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I had a pretty hectic week this week with trying to get stuff sorted out so I could get my new broadband installed, which was on Friday. So I had to move some stuff around in my office so that I could get access to where I wanted the new connection to be, so I could directly connect into the modem with the PCs. So engineers turned up on Friday to do it, because I was due to have my home broadband upgraded and my business broadband installed on the same day. There's a bit of confusion over which one I was installing, because my home broadband upgrade was only supposed to be 100 fibre 100, and they were installing fibre 500, so I thought that was my business one. So I got them to start installing that into my office, and then realised that they was installing the home broadband and the business broadband's not being installed now until Tuesday. So I've now got my home broadband fitted into the wrong room of the house, which is awesome. But it is just using my new home broadband upgrade is a massive improvement. So hopefully I won't have many issues. As you can probably see on the minimap, my ping is now only just above 20. So using my new internet and streaming at the same time. Previously I was getting high 30s for the ping. So my business broadband should massively increase that, because it's a hell of a lot faster than what my home broadband is. So Johannes saying hello from Germany, hey to you. Finstad saying hello from Norway. Hammered Play saying hey Sim, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Nathan Agri saying hi, hey to you. Yeah, so other things I've had this week, my green screen arrived on Wednesday. Unfortunately I couldn't get that set up properly to use tonight. I need to adjust the lighting, and the webcam I've got is not the best for the lighting I've got, so it's difficult to get the green screen to work correctly. So it's another thing I need to spend a bit of time playing around with. And today I've been building my new PC, because my motherboard and processor finally arrived today. So I've spent most of the afternoon trying to get that all set up and making sure everything's fine on that. Farm Simulator saying bye to you, thanks for stopping by. Golden Farm saying hey Sim, hey to you. Yeah, the new Wi-Fi has only the home broadband has been installed, which is I'm getting 80 meg upload and about 80 meg download to 95 download, and then I'm getting around about 40 to 50 upload. So that's only my home broadband, but I use that today to upload today's video, and it literally just 20 minutes to upload a video, so it's like 5 times faster than it was previously. Little FP saying hello, hey to you. Snow King 1823 saying hello from the Netherlands. Messing79 saying hi, enjoying your content, thank you. Mark Black saying what's the best log attachment to pick up logs? For a front loader, this one, which is the standard in-game, like base game log grab for front loaders. And so far this is the only one I've actually tried, which is this one, Albert. This is the only one I've actually tried, but I think it's pretty good. It does a really good job actually. A lot better than the standard log fork that was in 19 anyway. As I've not tried the telehandler one yet, but I didn't like this in 19 at all. So I'm guessing I'm not going to like it in this, because it's exactly the same. Front loaders, wheel loader, I don't particularly like either. I mean, that's good for picking up large bundles for unloading wagons, or if you've got like a log staves where you've got all your logs piled up, that is good for picking up like a bundle of logs. Don't find it very good for picking up just like individual logs for loading, so don't tend to use that very often. Daniel Williams saying, hey Sim, what's the best available internet where you are? The best I can get now is the Fiber 1000, no, Fiber 900, which is 900 meg upload, download. I won't be able to quite get that speed because I'm still slightly restricted to where I live, so the home broadband upgrade was Fiber 100, so it was a guaranteed minimum 75 meg download, but for them to guarantee the minimum speed they've had to put me on Fiber 500, so I've technically got 500 meg upload, just so they can actually guarantee the speed, because I'm still quite a way away from where the actual cabinet is, and because it's all overhead lines and lots of junctions and things, the signal's not brilliant by the time it gets to me, even through fibre. There's still a little bit of limitation on that. So the business broadband, I should get a minimum speed of, I think it was 550 meg, and then 100 meg upload, I think was the minimum. Steve H has become a member, thank you very much. Scott George saying the in-game front loader grab on FS22 is a lot better than 19, yep. So welcome to the farmhand level channel membership, Steve. Void saying he likes the KR pan grab for loading logs. Which one's that one? Is that a mod, or is it the one I just looked at? I don't know the name. It may not be out for 22 though. I'll get ya. I'm hoping as well with the new internet, although I didn't check the latency settings, that the actual delay on the chat won't be quite as long as it has been previously. I think last time it was something like 20 seconds. So hopefully that's going to be a little bit improved. Yeah, the one I used for the front loader on 19 was the bio belts, which was very similar to this one. And then if I didn't use the front loader for using logs, I'm pretty much using the FDR logging stuff, so I didn't really get to use much else. There was a, can't think what the brand was. It wasn't bio belts, it was, what's the brand? It was an FS17. There was a good set of log forks for front loader, telehandler and wheel loader that had straps on as well, which was really handy. Well, I don't think that ever got released for 19, or at least I'm aware of. Mod for 19, yeah. I'll probably recognise it if I saw it, but I can't remember the name of that. I do have the FDR logging mods, but I'm not using them yet. So I need to spend a bit of time to set all the controllers, map all the controls and that, because he's done it slightly different now, where you have to install a separate control mod, which is better because then you can completely separate your key bindings for the FDR equipment, so you don't have to mess around changing other things and having any conflicts with other stuff. So I do like the fact he's done that. It's just going to take a while to get it all set up, and I may even have a go at setting my joysticks up if I can, and give those a go at some point. Steve H saying you're most welcome, my friend. Best FS22 creator I know. Thank you for that. Can't afford top membership. No, don't worry about that. I appreciate you just watching the videos and watching the streams and that, so anything extra that is an absolute bonus, so don't worry about that. Fanatic Farmer saying I prefer the log buncher that go in the logging excavators. Yeah, I much prefer the big grab on the FDR logging stuff, just because you can pick up an absolute ton of logs in one go. G502 saying hello again. Hey hey, hey to you. That Norsey, hi, greets from Germany. Nathan Agri, what's your name on FS22? What's my name on FS22? What do you mean? Why don't you move the trailer close to? Yeah, I should do, but I'm too busy reading chat to realise that I'm driving all the way over there. I blame Stevie, he should have cut the logs and stacked them closest to my trailers.
Sorry, my bad. Sim, I think that log fork you're on about is it was the Stoll log fork duo.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Stoll, that was the name. I couldn't think of the brand name. Yeah. I used those in 19, that was quite good. I don't remember ever seeing them for 17 I used them. I don't remember seeing them for 19. They probably were out there somewhere on one of the sites. Craden Games saying, do you remember me? Yes. Red Demon saying, currently like the John Deere 7R for loading with front loaders, it's amazing how much more stable it is with the easy 1700 weight mounted compared to all the other tractors. Yeah, I can imagine that being a slightly bigger tractor, it would be a lot better. I mean, this Mass is not the biggest tractors. The front loader we've got on as well is way too big for it. It's ridiculously big. It just sticks out like miles. But it's not doing too bad a job. Yeah, the trailers move every time you load them up. More noticeable in the time lapses when I speed up doing the fixed camera. You can see how much they actually move. Alright, let's move them. Julie Clark saying, long time since I've been in the stream. Oh, welcome along. Afuna Mark saying, the Deere is in the time lapse. Yes, the John Deere 6M is in the time lapse series. So this is completely separate to that. Luap saying hi, hey to you. Halil Aslan saying hi dude, hey. I've just jumped out the tractor. Yeah, so regarding my new PC build, say I started doing it today because I started getting what I could do until the motherboard turned up this afternoon. That's all installed now, everything's working. So I've got Windows installed and a few other bits and pieces installed, so everything seems to be okay so far. The new monitor I bought turned up Wednesday as well, but I may need to send that back, and unfortunately it was the only one they had in stock, but it seems to have some damage to it or something, because there's a dark mark running up the middle of the screen that is not always there. It comes and goes, but yeah, something's not right with it, so unfortunately I'm going to have to send that back, and annoyingly I'm probably not going to be able to get another one the same as that, which is a little bit frustrating. The goal for today is to get a bit of money to buy a weeder and a roller, so we can remove the weeds in our wheat field and then roll the other fields before we skip through time. Then in this area we've cleared here, I'm going to look at building the sawmill. So just in this patch here on the edge of 22, so right on this edge of the land, we'll get the sawmill built so we can start producing some pallets of planks, just to give us another source of income. And then we'll skip through the time a little bit and then see what else we need to do or can do. And I think one of the other thing is going to be to see if we can get some trees planted as well, so get a tree planter so we can actually start regrowing some trees, because they're going to take a while to grow, so if we get them in there they'll be ready to cut sooner. Possess log. Yeah, sometimes in multiplayer the logs go a bit weird. I don't know why they do it. When I'm recording the time lapses on my second PC, they often flip out. It doesn't show on the main PC that I'm hosting the game on, but on my other one, when I'm cutting the logs and playing, they kind of have this weird rotation where they flip over. I'm not sure why it does it, but it looks a bit weird.
Have you noticed my welter's not green anymore?
Is it not?
It's now yellow. I painted it.
Ah, nice one. I didn't notice actually. Matches your trailers.
A nice free paint job.
Yeah, free paint job. Does it not cost anything to change the colour of that then?
No, there was some colours that it cost nothing at all to change to.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if you check the video description, there should be an @Stevie4K Gaming in the video description that should take you to his channel. But if you search Stevie4K Gaming, you should find it. Dutch Catfish Gaming saying, I only get the exploding trees, pretty much stop doing any logging. Yeah, I found if you cut from the bottom to the top, and don't cut the tree in like two longer lengths. So if you cut the top part section off into a fairly long length, it seems to glitch out. But if you cut from the bottom to the top into reasonable, like equal lengths, then you don't seem to have that problem. The other trees I would avoid cutting at all. So unless it's the pine trees or spruce trees, I wouldn't bother cutting any of the other trees, to be honest. They're just too much of a hassle. Fiona, do you pre-plan building No Man's Land time lapse, or is it instinct? I don't have a plan as such. I just kind of go with how it goes, make it up as I go along, sort of thing. So I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but whether it'll go that way or probably be not, because it'll depend on what mods come out and things, and what needs doing in each video. Sometimes I have a plan for a video and then that changes because other things need doing that I forgot about, or I change my mind based on what we're doing in the video. So like adding the extra sheep pen wasn't something I was planning to do. Then I thought it's not worth selling the 5 newborn sheep to free up space, because don't have much value when they're first born. So I decided then I'd build a second pen to move those into, so I can keep them a bit longer to increase their value, free up space in the first pen then, so I can get another 5 new births, and I'll move those into that, and then the next 5 will be moved into there. So then when the next 5 after that have been born, I'll sell the oldest 5 out of the second pen to free up that space, then move the 5 new ones into there, and then every so often I'll have 5 sheep. I'm not sure how old they'll be when I come to sell them, but they do start producing wool straight away as well, so I'll get the wool production from them and also regular income when they're a bit older. So that wasn't something I planned to do, that's kind of something I just decided to do based on the fact that the smaller pen was full. And I think if you don't have space for the reproduction, then you're kind of losing out a bit on money. PC Player Mark saying, imagine what a first day back at Giants HQ is going to be like for them. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be pretty hectic. They've already got way too many mods to get through than what they can probably cope with anyway. And I imagine there's probably be a huge queue of modders waiting to submit new mods they've been working on over the Christmas period as well. And also they still need to sort out the next patch for the game. Whether they're planning on doing any additional content with the next patch of the game as a so-called free content, I don't know. Oh, this one doesn't want to stay on. Alright, so we're up to 55,000 now. I think I'm going to leave these ones for the next trailer load because they're not playing ball. So we'll go and sell these, and then we can get the actually we can get the stuff now, can't we? We've got enough. Well, yeah, we'll go down to the store and see what's available. See if there's anything on sale as well. So Mick saying, love your videos, man. Flash Farm, is it 7 in the night for you? It is 3 minutes to 8 o'clock. So just coming up to 8 PM for me. Glenn B saying, I heard over 3,000 waiting to be tested. Yeah, it was a 90% failure rate before Christmas with the mods I was testing. It's probably one of those though, modders just trying to do quick converts to try and get their stuff out onto Mod Hub as quick as possible, rather than spend the time to make improvements on them and fully test them. So yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of just very quick converts which aren't up to standard, which is a shame because it does then take away from the genuinely good mods that have been submitted that then take a lot longer to get through testing. Crading Game, how many hours do you have on No Man's Land Timelapse series? I have 87 hours on that map. I think I have around about 83 hours now on No Man's Land, but I may be wrong on that. I probably am wrong. No, yeah, I'm thinking of Elm Creek. I've got 83. Hoe Baler on, I think I've got 87. So No Man's Land, I can't remember now. Without looking, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure I looked earlier and I can't remember what it was. More than 50, so I'll say that. I think your log trailer is full. Yes, we're taking them now. So there's still a slight delay in chat. Fanatic Farm saying, I can see your time in the right corner. Yeah, that's my real time up in the top right hand corner. So just coming up to 8 PM. How many hours on FS do you have in total? Ooh. In total across all farming simulators, or just 22? Across all the FS games I've played, I'm not 100% sure. I had around about 5,900 on FS19. 17 I had around, probably around about 3,000. So it's another 23,000 in the kitty. What I'm thinking, Stevie, is rather than build the sawmill on that bit of 22, I might buy another area of land because we're close to getting one, and we've still got the silage bales to sell as well.
Yeah, no problem. I'd say the sawmill probably wouldn't even fit in this little gap anyway.
Yeah, I think possibly buy area 23 just next to it and put it at the bottom of that. So it's next to the forest, so we ain't got far to transport stuff, but then we're not taking away from planting area to replant. Unfortunately we're in winter, so we can't cut the grass before we put it down. Or we could do another silage. Another load of silage bales before we build it.
Three streams in a row, so silage every time.
Yeah. I love silage though, it sells for loads. Yeah, I think we may leave that because it's a little bit much. Unless there was like a bale wrapper all in one for sale. Right, let's go and see Barbara. That's what I've named her. Hello Barbara, what have you got for sale today? A nice versatile 4-wheel drive. Still got the Magnum on sale, out of our price range. Forklift truck would be very handy, especially with getting the sawmill to do pallets, loading those up. Forklift truck's a lot easier to use than the front loader. Tedder we don't need just yet. We definitely don't need one of these. Well, it would be nice to have a go with one. Right, so we are gonna get a weeder. The one we're gonna go for is this one, because it's a decent size, 9 metre, but we can also use this for planting canola and grass at 9 metres. And then we can also get the set of rollers, which is I'm going to use these mod ones because I haven't installed the ones I thought I had, which is the 8.4 metre ones. Flat springs, I don't know if that makes any difference having those on. Not sure, we'll keep that as standard. So we'll buy that as well. So what we're going to do is get the weeds removed, then we can speed up time a little bit. Because if we go over to the next month, I don't think we'll be able to remove the weeds with the little weeder. Let's drop that off, put that on the front so we don't have to leave it here. We'll take the weeder back and we'll go and get the weeds done. Julie Clark saying I'm also planning on doing a used sale only challenge on No Man's Land. Yeah, that would be quite an interesting challenge, because you could be waiting for a long time to get some stuff to come up. I was very fortunate on that John Deere came up for the Timelapse series, and in the one stream we had the big spreader come up just as we needed to spread lime, which was like super handy. But it's not very often I've had something come up that's been really useful in the sales. At the time I've needed it, so it's kind of like the very luck of the draw. Go with a Rotner. No, it's a bit too much for us at the moment, and it really doesn't do anything different to what the front loader and trailers we've already got can do. So I'd rather spend money on something that we can't actually do at the moment. It's like the forklift truck. It would be nice to have the forklift truck for moving the pallets from the greenhouse and stuff, but it's something we can do with the front loader. So it's kind of like I'd rather buy like the weeder, because we actually need that. Julie Clark's I'm planning. Oh, I've just read that one. Sorry. She currently has the 100 horsepower Erlengratt tractor running the farm. So the is it the Bura, however you pronounce it. Yeah, I was considering getting that as the first tractor, but on here, but because it didn't have the front loader, it kind of made it a bit limited on what you can use it for. But it wouldn't be bad for a first tractor because it's 100 horsepower, so it's quite decent. Why don't you all get the collectibles? Because I don't want to just have £1 million, because we did the start from scratch, so we started with nothing and just the chainsaw and stuff. So it kind of defeats the object if I just go and get all the collectibles. Right, just drop off the log fork and front loader. Yeah, so I tidied up this area a little bit. The last stream I couldn't landscape this area at the back of here, So I installed the Paint Anywhere, Landscape Anywhere mod to the server. So I've got rid of the rest of the field that was left. And just tied it up around the back of here as well. And we also just put this heavy duty shelving unit in just to give us somewhere to store stuff. Keep things a little bit tidier. So we'll just drop that off and then we'll drop the front loader off. Collectibles are like on hoe baler on where you can collect the game cartridges. So they give you money for each one you collect. So in total I think it's 1 million if you collect all 20. Was it 50,000 each? Void saying need to organise yet. The farm looks a lot different. Yeah, if you didn't see the last stream, we built the greenhouses, put the water tower up and the workshop and that shed and diesel fuel point. Which actually while we're here we'll just fill up. Yeah, on top of the shop on No Man's Land. If I don't know how you get up there without using the flight mode. I'm presuming there must be a way to get up there. Well, I'm not 100% sure how to get up there. But all across the middle of the roof of the store on this map, there's all 20 collectibles. What is the best to grow in the greenhouse? They are all fairly well balanced in terms of what you get. But they are different. Is lettuce sells for the highest price but produces the lowest amount. Strawberries I think is the highest yielding one but sells for the lowest price, and then tomato is kind of in the middle, which still got a reasonable spawn rate, but they all kind of make around a similar amount of money from what I've kind of worked out myself. But I prefer lettuce just because they produce far less pallets, so it's a lot easier to deal with. So just check we are actually removing the weeds. Yep, although it's still saying weeds there. Yeah, we didn't roller this field, so we won't get the full 100% yield bonus. Which is not possible with the first field unless you mulch the grass before you plough it in. Steve H saying telehandler boom will get you up there. Yeah, I'm not going to on this or on the time-lapse series. I've only collected one game cartridge on the hoe baler on time series, and that was just literally because I accidentally come across it. I didn't go looking for it, but I won't be going out looking for the rest. The ones on Elm Creek, I've collected a few of those as I've spotted them. Just driving around the map, I've just happened to like see one in the corner of my eye or something. But the main reason why I've picked up quite a few of those is because they're only 1,000 each. But I'm not planning on collecting all those either. Judy Clark saying I'm glad that Giants implemented the updating map because it shows you your field growing. Yeah, I do like the fact that they've added that to the mini-map. So when you create fields, and I do like it shows up as a grass field in green as well. Scott George saying you can use the silo augo to climb up. Okay. So I've collected them on my test map. Just so I could get the achievement for collecting all the collectibles on one map, because I'll probably never get it otherwise. But I just used the flight mode. So I didn't actually look to see if there was a way of climbing up there. I can imagine there is, because I say it would be a bit harsh to put them in an area that was inaccessible for players that can't access flight mode. Oliver Bosslaw saying on your time lapse, how do you make the time lapses look so nice? Make them look so nice in which way? I play on 4K resolution with the highest game settings, I record in 4K at the highest bitrate setting that NVIDIA Shadow Play will allow, which I think is 130 megabits a second is the highest bitrate you can do. Then I render at 4K 60 FPS. Just trying to think what bit rate for that. I use 50 meg, I think, the bit rate for the time lapse, which is actually for 4K 60 FPS footage is a little bit lower than what YouTube recommend. They recommend 85 bit rate, which I could never do because it would take far too long to render the videos doing it that high, and also the increase in file size was always too much. Now I've got the new PC, I may be able to try and increase the bitrate a little bit on the videos. I'm not sure if it'll make much of a difference, but we'll see. See if the quality improves a little bit. Farming Manny saying hi, hey to you. So what's everyone else up to whilst watching the stream? Anybody else playing FS22? Or you just sitting back and relaxing and watching the stream? If you are enjoying it, don't forget to hit that like button. Should I say smash the like button? I really do appreciate it. Ebil saying hey all. The only downside to these weeds being so small, it is quite difficult to actually see them. Oh, kind of missed a little bit of... Where's that gone? Oh man. So I missed a little patch of sowing. G502 saying yes, he's playing. Julie Clark saying playing Minecraft, working on a carrier project, nice. Peter V is always playing. Farm Man is playing on Farm Simulator 17. Well, at least you're still playing something. Steve H saying he's playing on Elm Creek, preparing for a large harvest, nice. Mudbog is saying he's on no man's land. Yeah, suddenly a 9 meter weeder doesn't seem so big once you get into a decent sized field. Glad I went with this one though, not the smaller one. How are you so good at front loader tools? Do you play with controller? Yeah, I play with an Xbox controller. Is it not better to spray the weeds? No, if you spray herbicide you lose 10% yield. So a weeder, although it's not as wide and is a little bit slower than probably spraying them, you don't lose any yield. So since the 1.2 update, for those that are not aware, if you do use herbicide on your fields now, you will get a 10% reduction in crop yield. And there's no way of recovering that until after you've done the harvest and then restarted with the next field. Julie Clark saying the island design is always the hardest, not gonna lie. Red Creep saying he's playing on No Man's Land on FS19. Yeah, I use the Xbox controller and just generally a lot of practice. As I said earlier in the stream, I've got close to 6,000 hours on Farming Simulator 19. So yeah, definitely had a lot of practice as well. I will post the mod list soon, Shane. I just haven't got round to doing it yet, but there will be one soon. The reason why I haven't done one yet is because there's not that many mods I've been using, and everything I am using is off the in-game mod up, so they're all easy to find anyway. But I will be doing one soon. You don't lose yield if you spray right after planting. Okay, I've not tried that yet. I was thinking that because it's kind of a preemptive herbicide spray. So I've not tried that myself, but I did wonder whether that would still affect yield, because obviously the crop's not grown yet. PTV is saying 4,000 hours on FS19. Shane 8 saying thanks, love the series, nice one, thank you. PTV is saying 400 hours on FS22. You're 400 hours so far on 22, God. Some going. Yeah, and as Forest says, hit that like button. And how are you, Forest? Good to see you again. Oh, this is really where I should be using the manual GPS with the coordinates to make life a bit easier. Keeping a straight line anyway, so 270 degrees across. I'll keep it at that. It works to spray before the crops come out. Ah, yeah. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that, 'cause I hadn't tried it myself. So I did wonder. I think we're just going to miss a bit, so let's move over a little bit. Now I sprayed on... I think it was on the European map. It was easier to spray at the time rather than buy 51,000 for the hoe weeder, because I had medium weeds. So I was like, I'm sure the 10% loss in yield is not going to be greater than 51,000. So I was like, yeah, just, you know, just spray it. I've got the herbicide, I've got the sprayer. I'm just going to spray it this time. Kobe saying hi Sim, hey chat, hey to you. Gaming Dude saying he's got 143 hours on Xbox Series X. DRndalo, DRndalo. You've got one of those names I can never get out. But hey, appreciate you stopping by again. Good to see you in the chat. Julie's saying you can't use the new gearbox feature because of my Xbox controller. Why is that? You can change gear with the Xbox controller. It's a bit weird though how they've implemented it, and I find it rather annoying when I'm trying to adjust the camera, doing the time-lapse videos while I'm accelerating along, and then it'll like skip down a gear or skip up a gear. Joe saying the reason spraying loses yield after weed shop is because you only kill them, they're still there physically. Yeah. Yeah, it only dies off, so you still got the dead weeds in the crop, which get pulled into the harvester when you harvest. So I can see why they've done it that way. Just it's one of those things that just could make a little bit clearer, that they've made these changes. So I do think sometimes they don't make certain aspects of the game very clear for new players, at least. Game Dude, is there a bale limit for consoles? I believe there's still a bale limit on consoles, but I'm not sure if it's the same on PS4 and PS5 or whether it's different on the newer gen consoles. But I do believe there's still a bale limit. Ozone saying, on your FS19 No Man's Land videos, did you change anything with the animals data? I did eventually. Towards the end of FS19, I adjusted my seasons so I could feed animals for 6 days rather than 2. Playing on 6 days each season as well meant I only had to feed them once per season. If you go to my No Man's Land videos and go to the game save there's a link to all the mods I used on No Man's Land, so you can download every mod I used, and that version of Seasons is my adjusted version, so it has 6-day feeding for animals. It also has the increased speed trees grow as well. I think I changed it from 5 years to 2. Joe saying, yeah, the limit is still 200 even on the PS5. I thought they may have increased it for the newer gen consoles, with them having more RAM available. Bale limit is pointless. Yeah, it's just to stop you breaking the game, and then people complaining that their game's unplayable because they've got 1,000 bales on console. So if every PC wasn't different, there'd be a bale limit on PC as well. But the fact that they can't restrict players with a higher spec PCs, if they put a bale limit on, and then if they had a bale limit that allowed for people that play on higher spec PCs, you'd get people with lower spec PCs then complaining that they're struggling with the game and they haven't got anywhere near the bale limit. So it's kind of like Giants can't put a restriction on PC, simply the fact that nearly every PC is different. There's no way of knowing what the limit would be, so it's different for every player. So even on PC you will have a limit to how much your system will cope with, but you have to kind of gauge that yourself. One thing I would have liked to have seen Giants implement, especially for console gamers, is the like the bale storage points that they get as mods on PC, which technically take the bales out of the game. So it's not so demanding on your system, because effectively the bales just become like they're not an actual separate 3D object, they're just a visual inside the bale spawn point. I definitely think something like that on consoles, like Giants adding something like that at least to the base game, would have been handy. Yeah, if you switch to PC you won't have a bale limit. I say your system will get to a point where it starts to struggle though if you've got too many bales in one place. Joe's saying he's had 0 issues with about 150 bales on screen, but he's had issues with a couple of dozen pallets on screen even after 1.2. Yeah, I think pallets seem to be a little bit harder on the performance than bales are. I had on before the update on Elm Creek, I think it was the strawberry or tomato pallets, when I tried to stack them 3 high on the trailer before the update, it started to lag a little bit. So there's another 23,673 from another load of logs. So what we'll finish this little bit off. Stevie, you're going to pick up the roller?
Yeah, I'm going to pick up the roller now, and I'll roll the 3 small fields, and then I will go back and Forestry and after that.
Yeah, alright, nice one. We can, once you get those rolled, we'll speed up time a little bit, so we can skip to November. Hopefully then the silage bales may be ready. Craden Gaming saying, what would I need to upgrade if my PC started lagging? It depends on what you've got currently, because there's certain aspects you could increase, but then if you don't have the other components to support your upgrade on the one part, then you're kind of wasting your time. The first one I would always consider upgrading myself would be the RAM. So depending what RAM you've got now, you could possibly look at upgrading that for something a little bit faster, or increasing the amount of RAM you've got. Personally, if you've got 16 gig of RAM, I'd say look to get a faster speed. So I think DDR4 you can go up to around about 3600 megahertz, I think it is fastest. But then after RAM you're looking at processor or graphics card. But again, if you don't have a decent processor to support a decent graphics card, you're kind of wasting your time, because it'll just bottleneck. And as I found out when I went to upgrade my processor, it wasn't as straightforward. I ended up with a new motherboard because the processor I wanted had a different socket to my current motherboard, so I had to change the motherboard, and then I ended up with a new PC. Right, let's just check this on the map, because I think we are all done. Right, so a few little bits I've missed, just around there and there. Difficult to actually see them because, as I say, we have got small weeds, but we'll try and get them. I think there's just a few there. Aviation Central, hi to you. Are you planning to do some other series? I am, but not at the moment. I'm not planning on starting any new series now until I finish one of the current ones at least, because I don't want to do more than 3. To be honest, I personally don't really want to do more than 2, because I think it then slows down the series and extends them over a longer period, because you get less episodes a week. So my plan for the future will be to just have 2 time-lapse series running at any one time. That way I can get at least 3 episodes a week, and if you think even at 3 episodes a week, that's 10 weeks just to get 30 episodes. So if you do 50 episodes on average a series, you know, it's still going to take nearly 20 weeks to get through one series. Having more than 2 running at a time slows that down even more, and I think people start to lose interest in the map if it's going on for too long. So yeah, I'm not planning on starting anything else now until one of them has finished. Depending what map is out, if there's a good map out, I may start another one, but then when the next one finishes after that, I won't start another new one. There's a few little bits, but I'm just going to leave them because they're not worth bothering searching for. So we'll call that field done. No doubt we're going to need to do the other 3 fields, which Stevie can have a go at doing when we skip time if we need to, just to change things up a little bit. Forest saying the only thing worse than an outdated motherboard is an up-to-date motherboard. Lol. Let's see if we can find some space for the weeder. We're running out of space already. I
think our wheat field sim also needs second stage fertilizer.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, fertilizing. I did put them in the title as well, fertilizing. completely forgot about it. The only thing is we've kind of got this big massive spreader. Cheapest is 15. It only holds 1,000 though. I don't know how far 1,000 litres of fertilizer goes. 17,000. Alright, we'll get that. Because I think that'll be a lot easier to use than the big spreader. We'll keep that for lime. Because the tractors struggle with that a little bit. So I'll go and pick up that fertilizer spreader. And then we'll get some fertilizer on that field. Let's just double check it. Definitely only has one. Oh, we did lime rolling. Yeah. Christian saying hi Sim, and evening everybody, hey to you. Void saying if you got some free time you could start, there's a bend in the road, you could start a tutorial on how to master landscaping tools. I will try and do some more videos like that once I've got the new PC fully up and running, because I've then got my old PC I can start rendering videos on while I record other videos. It's going to help increase my workflow, which is then going to give me a lot more time to try and get other videos done as well. So once that's all fully up and running and I'm happy with everything and I'm actually using that to start recording videos on and stuff, I will start to look to try and get a few other videos done. I've got a growing list of stuff I want to get done. It's just at the moment struggling to get the time to actually do it. Jerome saying, hey, first, great work. When do you buy a new tractor in No Man's Land time lapses? When do I buy one? I don't know yet. If a decent tractor comes up in the used equipment sale for a reasonable price, I'll probably consider it. At the moment, the time lapse series, I don't specifically have a plan to get a new tractor just yet. I'd rather spend that money on other equipment I need more, although I am coming to the point where I've pretty much got all the basic equipment I need to do pretty much everything I need to do. So then it will be a case of looking at getting more land and then getting a second tractor as well, or upgrading the John Deere to a larger tractor. Gunnar saying, do you play on keyboard? No, I use an Xbox controller. Scott saying he's got to go, enjoyed it. Thank you for stopping by again, Scott. I appreciate it. Joe saying, what's your personal favourite series you've done? Grizzly Mountain was one of my favourites, other than No Man's Land on 19. Just because I loved Grizzly Mountain. It was the first time I'd ever properly done a forestry map and doing that whole building your farm up for nothing sort of thing. So that one will always be one of my favourites from that point of view. So yeah, I've really enjoyed that. Wilhelmina Forest I enjoyed, and Crater Lake as well, although that was slightly different because of how I started those. I need fertilizer. Just get one bag for now because that's all we can fit in the spreader. Vast Antelope Gaming saying hi, hey to you. Steve H saying, do I get access to Discord? Not for farm hand yet. Hopefully before the end of this month you will be able to. I was hoping to get a bit of time Friday to have a look through, so I started reading up on Discord and doing like permissions and that to get a couple of people to help me out, because of how long their broadband engineers took, a lot longer than I was expecting them to. I kind of didn't get enough time to go back to it and have a look, so it's on my list of things to do. So yeah, hopefully before the end of the month I can open that up to more people. William saying hi, hey to you. Gunnar saying, can you do a map with just forest. Just doing a forestry series, I don't think that'd be very popular. Maybe the first few episodes, but then because it's just the same stuff every video, it's difficult to mix things up. So just doing a solely forestry series is not something I'd consider doing. Codman saying hello, hey to you. Joe saying perfect, no worries. Steve H saying that's fine. Yeah, there'll be a post up on the like the members only community tab, like a post for that when it's out with the link on, the invite link. Whatever, I just completely drove past the field. Right, we need to go over here somewhere. Geiselberg was a nice map, yeah, I enjoyed that. A very nice map as well, one of my favourite maps for the kind of feel it gave you playing on it. Just check we are actually fertilizing. Can you do something like Williamine Forest? I will do when there's a suitable map out and I'm at the point of starting a new series. I will definitely do another forestry map where I do forestry and build up the farm again, like on that way. It's similar to this, but this won't have as much forestry because there's not as many trees. And as the farm grows, there'll be less and less forestry I'll do, simply because I won't need to do as much. So my plan for the time-lapse series is, once the farm's got big enough and it's actually kind of making its own money. Felipe Rosso, thank you very much for the subscription. Yeah, once the farm's making a decent amount of money itself, I will be limiting forestry work on No Man's Land and Time-lapse series to just winter. So I'll be doing a bit of forestry in winter to top up anything that needs topping up, like money-wise, and then replanting the forest. So if we do go down the route of production buildings, possibly like the carpenter or sawmill, so we'll top those up over winter periods, and then for the rest of the in-game months it'll be just farming. That's one thing I don't like about doing fertilising with a cropping, because it's so difficult to see where you're being. We are miles over lapping. James Dunn saying do an Irish map when one comes out and just grow potatoes and raise cow and sheep. I've now gone way too far over. Yeah, I'll possibly look at doing an Irish map because I didn't do one on 19. I don't think I did anyway. I did Shamrock Valley on 17. Pretty sure I didn't do an Irish map on 19. But yeah, we'll have a look depending what comes out and when. Groot, thank you very much for the subscription. Craden saying he's recording No Man's Land while watching you. Nice one. Oh, missed a bit there. Robin said maybe you can turn on some music. Is there no music on? Is the music not playing? Let me just check. Alright, let me just look what I've done. No music. I didn't realise music was playing. Apologies. I think what I've done is I think I moved the file to a different hard drive, SSD I mean, and I forgot. Just got to remember now where I actually put it. Right, hopefully that's working now. I did not even realise the music wasn't even playing. It automatically plays when I start up Streamlabs normally, so I'll just kind of leave it. But I remember earlier today I was clearing space on one of my hard drives, my SSD, and I remember moving that file to a different one, which has obviously caused the issue because it can't find it. Let's bring that back up. Oh, I've got the wrong thing. Right, now I can get back to the game. Yeah, apologies for that, I didn't realise it wasn't actually playing, so hopefully you can hear it now. Steve H saying he made a video stream on your channel, not very good quality, if you ever want to see my progress. If I get time I'll remember, I'll have a look. Oh, it's over here. Right, there we go. That's about as good as we're going to get. There's a few patches where the first layer of fertilisation is from when we ploughed it in, and it leaves a little bit patches here and there for some reason. I think it's where the bushes are, it doesn't add fertiliser for the bushes when you plough those in. Can you play All For Me as music? It's probably on this playlist, but I'm not 100% sure what's on here because I can't hear the music myself. We should be able to fertilise these now. Do this now because it'll be a hell of a lot easier than when the crop grows. Although it does look like we don't need to quite as much on this.
I think these fields are already fully fertilised, say from grass and then ploughed into grass.
Yeah, that's strange. How come the first one wasn't then? Yeah, these are all pretty much done apart from a few patches. I wonder why the first field didn't get that then, and only the first layer, because we ploughed that in the same, didn't we? After cutting it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Oh well, so we don't need to do those, so save us a bit of money on fertiliser anyway. Just drop this down here. Thomas Gaming saying hi, hey to you. So where are we? Coming up to 8:45, so just over 2 hours left. Assuming we finish on time this evening. So let's check these bales, which are 50%, so still got a little bit on these to go. As soon as Stevie's finished rolling, we'll get the time sped up and then we'll start skipping through. Does anyone hear some music, or is it me? Yeah, the music should be playing now, hopefully. Pear says, yeah, there is background music, yes. Right, just turn that on. Right, what we'll do while we're waiting, we'll head back over to 22 and start cutting a few more trees, get those ready to load up. Simonek saying hello from Poland, hey to you. Thanks for stopping by. Just drop that off and get the front loader back on. Robin saying okay, I hear it on the phone but not on the TV. Yeah, it's strange how the sound works on different devices. The music, for the music to sound on my phone, when I did the test streams on my phone, I could hear the music really clear on the setting it's on now, but I couldn't actually hear it myself on like my headphones while I'm doing the actual stream. So it's turned down so low that I can't actually hear it myself. But if you're watching on a mobile device, it seems to be about the perfect level. PTV saying love the new sounds in FS22. Yeah, I think they've, game sound wise, they've made a huge improvement on those. Across pretty much everything. Gonna saying, do you watch F1? Occasionally I watch F1. I wouldn't say I'm a huge F1 fan. I used to watch it a lot more years ago until it went to Sky. That kind of killed it for me, was when it switched to Sky in the UK and you had to pay a subscription with Sky Sports to get F1. So I kind of stopped watching it then, and I occasionally watch it every now and then. I watched like the last race of the season and a few of the others of the last season, but I don't watch it that often anymore. Crowding Game is saying, how many vids have you got recorded right now before they're released? None. No, 1, 2. Tell a lie. I've got one complete recording done. I've got a partial No Man's Land recorded and a partial Elm Creek recorded. I forgot our trailers are still down the store. Let's just leave that there for a bit. I'll just cut a few trees up ready to load up while we're waiting for Stevie to finish rolling, and we'll get the time sped up. Yeah, so the recordings I'm a little bit behind, so I haven't even finished recording tomorrow's video yet. So I need to be up early tomorrow to finish recording that, get it edited, get it rendered. But that may be the first test video on my new PC, see how quick it can render it. I'm not too worried with the new broadband. I know I can upload it in around about 20 minutes rather than I think an hour and 40 minutes it used to take. It's just the rendering time. So hopefully I can get my new PC going to at least render tomorrow's video. So hopefully I can get it done on time, because I still need to actually finish recording it. And then I've got Tuesday's Elm Creek. I've just got a little bit left to record on that. And then the complete video is the next episode on Hoe Baler on, which will be up Thursday next week. Right, so what we're going to start doing is cutting the logs at 7 meters rather than 6, because we can just about fit 7 meters on reasonably comfortably on the trailers we've got. And when I was doing a bit of a test the other day, I actually found out that 7 meters make more money than 8 meter lengths or 6 meter. Only a little bit, so I think it was about 150, 200 more each load, each tree. So we want to go 14 and then 21. So that's the first one. I think that's close enough to the line that we can get this one. May just be over, but next F1 season is going to be awesome. It depends if Lewis Hamilton's going to continue or whether he's going to retire. Crowden Gaming, can you stall a tractor on FS? I don't think you can stall a tractor. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Conrad Dean saying, one thing that I do like to do in Area 22 is paint a small patch of forest under the bushes to despawn. Yeah, it does make a hell of a lot easier. If it didn't cost money to do that, I'd do it. I'd probably clear it a lot so it's a lot easier to see. But I don't have the free landscaping, like the free texturing tool mod installed. So what I need to do now is remember to do them 7 meters and not 6. Yeah, the measuring thing is called Measure Mod. It's on the Mod Hub on PC. And I think it's under miscellaneous section in the Mod Hub. Hey 4B Gaming, how are you? I am very well, thank you for asking. Joe, that is the tape measure mod. Yeah, it's just called measure, I think, on the mod hub. I think there is a couple of different versions knocking around. The one of them shows on screen, like it comes up yellow text on screen when you're cutting. This one just shows up in the help menu, which I like a little bit better. So keep these around about 0 degrees when we cut them, so they're all straight when they fall. If you've got the one off mod hub, you need to use left alt and the right mouse button to activate it. Cut that stump a bit too short, so can't get rid of it. Yeah, so it's left alt and then the right mouse button to activate it, and then use that combination to reset it. Yeah, console woes. Yeah, unfortunately it's a script mod. It does show you, if you've got field info open, it just show you the length for the tree on there, but it doesn't show you where you're cutting it. So it'll only show you the length once you've actually cut a piece up. Right, so we want 7. "4B Game saying doing pretty good right now, nice one, good to hear." So 14. Let me know when you've finished rolling, Stephen. I'll speed up the time.
Yeah, I will do.
And 21. It also gets rid of those smaller end bits that end up just there because they're not quite as long. Doing the 7 metre over 6. Just trying to think. I don't want to. I'll do this one as we're just about on the edge of the land again. What I need to do is just run down and get the trailer so I can start cutting the other logs the other way around. Petry saying I made a measuring stick. Yeah, I think on console that's the easiest way, is to cut a light enough section of log that you can pick up by hand, and then cut it down to length, and then use that to place against the logs as you're cutting as a measuring stick. That is probably the easiest way on console, unless you're using the tree harvester that can cut to specific lengths. Yeah, it's a handy way to do it. I didn't try the measure mod when it first came out because I thought it was a bit similar to the one on 17, which I didn't like very much, because I didn't like the fact it came up on the screen like in big letters, or numbers should I say, where you was cutting, and I presume this one was the same as that, so I kind of put off actually trying it. Craden saying left alt is what you was missing. No worries. Yeah, I need to map it to my stream deck so I don't have to keep putting the controller down to hit left alt and the right mouse button. That is the only downside to some mods with using an Xbox controller, is if they require 2 keys or 2 inputs on the keyboard to activate. It does get a bit annoying having to keep put the controller down and pick it back up. Often I drop it. So many times I've rested the controller on my knee just to do something on the keyboard, and then I've knocked the controller off on the floor. And not good when you're paying £100 and odd for a controller as well. Yeah, so we've still got 45,000, so I think one more load should give us enough to buy the next area of land. And then when we skip time, we'll get the silage bales. That should give us enough to buy the sawmill. We'll get that placed down, then get that filled up with logs, so we can start producing pallets. One thing I do need to remember to do as well is check the greenhouses, see if they need topping up with water. So we haven't done that for a bit. The visual texture I had last time, the one greenhouse was showing like everything was dead. That seems to have fixed itself now. I've reloaded into the server. So not sure what was going on with that last time. So that's another one cut. Yeah, this is why I don't like crossing the logs over, because it just makes a mess. Alright, we'll go and grab the trailers. We'll start loading these up so I can get them cleared. And we'll start cutting those ones pointing into the open space. Make things a little bit easier. Let's just turn that off while we drive over there. Oh. Wrong one. Craden, do you use GPS mod from ModHub? I do have it. I don't have it installed on the multiplayer because I found there's an issue with GPS. Possibly only affects contract vehicles as far as I'm aware. So possibly I will try and get it on here. At the moment, no, I don't really want to spend 15,000 on GPS, although it would be handy to have. That's one of the reasons why I haven't used it much on my videos, is the fact that you have to buy it to install it on the tractors, and I'd rather spend that 15,000 on something else at the moment. But I will use it eventually. This is a handy mod, especially when you're doing fertilizing and stuff like that, because it does minimise overlap, so you're working more efficiently when you're doing stuff like that, which just helps save a little bit of money. So I know over time GPS will pay for itself in wasting fertilizer and herbicide if you're spraying, so eliminating overlap so you're not wasting stuff, so it will pay for itself over time, even when seeding as well, because the seeders do tend to still use seed even if you overlap an area that's already been done.
I'm finished there now with the rolling sim if you want to fast forward the time.
Yeah, okay, I'll speed it up a bit. I'll put it on 15 for now, and then it starts getting dark I'll speed up a bit more, skip through the night. I'll bring your trailers back up over to 22 as well, and you wait.
Yeah, I'll meet you down at area 22, so.
Yeah. If I can get these all four hooked up to each other anyway. I will attempt to. Save you driving all the way back down here. Maid saying, did you miss a lot? We've done a bit of weeding, loaded up a few more trees, spread some fertilizer, and Steve has just rolled the was it 2 wheat and the 1 barley field we hadn't done already.
2 barley and 1 wheat.
Yep. Maid saying hello, hey to you. Derek saying enhanced vehicle has GPS included. I haven't tried the enhanced vehicle mod yet for 22. See if we can get these to hook up. Oh, come on. That one rear trailer is going the wrong way. No, don't do that. Oh, I'm not going to get these close enough. Might have to use a helping hand from oh, come on. Super strength. I'm sure we've got the strength to just push those trailers. Jim Street saying he started no man's land cutting trees, and when I say quit, I'd leave stumps when I get back they're gone. I've not had any disappearing stumps disappearing. Not sure about that issue. I've had a few stumps that have disappeared on my multiplayer when I'm recording the time lapses on multiplayer. When I'm using the second PC to cut trees, sometimes when you cut the tree the stump will disappear. I can still see it on the main account, but I can't see it on the other one, so I can't cut it because it's disappeared. So yeah, not sure on that one, Jim. Misty, I'm playing on PC on No Man's Land, FS22. Yeah, so we've got these two barley fields and that one wheat field we've been over with a roller. We also removed the weeds from this one and give it a layer of fertilizer. That one we needed rolling, but we didn't do it before the crop grew. Not sure if you can do it on the first growth stage, whether it works or not. Craden saying he started No Man's Land with $0 and already have massy 8,000 S. Nice. Yeah, if I was doing this, not doing videos, I would just probably have started off a little bit different with an area of land with more trees, and then just hit hard doing all the trees before starting to build the farm up. Of the video series, I wanted to kind of break things up from just doing forestry for long periods, so it slows progress down a little bit doing it that way. But it keeps the videos a little bit more interesting, I think, than rather than just doing hard forestry for long periods just to get a lot of money. So I know for how many hours I've put into it, I could have probably progressed a little bit more equipment wise and buying stuff, but I don't think it would have been as enjoyable to watch personally. Emmett saying, yo Sim, love the content, been here since like 26k, keep it up man, thank you, I appreciate that. Can a PC play with PS4? Yes, on the cross-play multiplayer you can now, for 22 at least. As long as you've got the any mods you've got are the same and are available on both. Cross-play is possible between all consoles and PC now. So to get the 7-meter logs on here, what I've found is you need to kind of overhang slightly more to one end and opposite ends of each trailer. That way then when the trailer's turning you're not going to catch the logs on the one trailer to the other one. Mr. Wheeler saying, can you make like another save game someday? I do plan to. Now I've got better multiplayer, I will hopefully be getting my my other server set up. Oops, just flick the log up away from you. Yeah, I do have a community server now as well, also provided by Nitrado. So it's a 16 slot community server. Unfortunately at the moment though, they extended my previous server, so it's only got 250 meg storage space. So I will be doing some multiplayer stuff that will be cross-play, probably with no mods for now, until I can get the storage space increased. Let's just speed time up a little bit quicker so we get through the night. Landon, you can't join this particular game at this time. This is just a private server for the streaming, but the other server will be open to everyone. I will put a post up on the community tab when I'm on there and it's up and running. So for those who are interested in coming along to play on that, they can do. Craden saying I'm already on episode 19 on YouTube. So you're a lot further ahead than I am. Well, I'm catching up with No Man's Land. I'm on, is it episode 11? 10? 10 or 11 I'm on? I can't remember.
I think I'm on episode 15 or 16 on mine.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was down to me, I'd just do No Man's Land. But I need to keep up with the other series because I want to get those finished. I don't want to abandon any series this time. There's far too many series on 19 that I finished without properly finishing. So I want to try and avoid that if I can. So yeah, I need to keep up the episodes on those as well. Dominic, thank you very much for the subscription. Why is that log really small? Did I mess up cutting that one? I can't remember. That one ain't gonna stay on there, is it? I don't know, we've ended up with a small log. I messed up somewhere. Joe saying, what's finished to you? Finished, it depends. Each series will be slightly different depending what I'm doing on them. Right, let's just slow time down now. Keep it on times 5 for now. And now we skip through the night. We'll just check the used equipment sale. Nothing new. Finished, I say it depends on what I'm doing in the series. So for the current, like Elm Creek, I want to try and get to a point where I've got some big equipment, got quite some like big fields and done some big farming. Also build up the actual farm itself. Kind of when I get to that point where you're at a point where you're earning so much money, it kind of, you've got nothing to kind of progress for. You've paid off all your loans, and the only thing you can keep doing then is just buying more equipment and more fields and just doing the same thing. So I think once you get to the point where you are making a lot of money and you've built up quite a big farm, for me, that's when I'll start losing interest in maps, to be honest. Thomas Patterson, thank you very much for the subscription. Craden saying he's starting to record episode 21. How long are you doing each episode? K Roger saying hi, hello. Sim Farm should say. Hey to you. As I say, now with the new PC, I will be able to get an episode recorded, edited, and then have that rendering on this current PC I'm playing on now, and then I can start recording the next episode. So that's going to help massively for me to get more done. But yeah, I still don't plan on doing multiple videos a day. I did for a period at the start of FS22 to kind of get some content out there and try and catch up with some of the channels that had early access. But yeah, multiple videos a day is generally not a good idea, from what I've found on YouTube anyway. Helen's saying hi Sim, hey to you. Yeah, so what we'll do one more load of logs each, I think. Yeah, we've definitely got weeds in those fields that need removing, so we're going to need to do that. So that's another job for today. That field, obviously we can't do anything with now until next year. That's fully fertilised and we've got no weeds in that. So yeah, we'll get these next couple of loads sold. That should give us more than enough to get that next area of land and get the sawmill built. And then once we've done that, we'll see what kind of time we've got. Either do another load of logs, sell the silage bales if they're ready when we come to do that as well. Maid saying which tractor brand is your favourite? I don't have a specific favourite brand as such. I always like to try and use different stuff as much as possible, so I don't kind of favour one particular brand. One of my favourite tractors is the Fendt 1050. I do really like that tractor. But yeah, when it comes to brands, I don't specifically have a favourite as such. Craden saying he records 2-hour time lapse, 20-minute time lapse plus more when I can cut some of the work. It's about half what I'm doing at the moment. I don't think I've done one no man's land that's been less than 3 hours so far. Mr. saying everyone subscribe, let's get into 110k before tomorrow. Yeah, that would be nice. I was hoping to reach 110 by this weekend. I think I'm still a few hundred off though. It's kind of funny because I still haven't done my 100k subscriber thank you video unboxing my silver play button award, which is still sat in the box behind me. So by the time I come to do that, I'll probably be on like 115,000. It's another one of those videos that's on my list of videos I need to try and get done. Peter V saying 300 horsepower and a front loader is enough. Yeah, 300 horsepower is a decent tractor to pretty much cover everything. What difficulty do you play? On this, we're on... I think we're just on normal. Let's have a look. Oh, that one. Yeah, this one's just on normal economic difficulty. That doesn't make any difference to logs though. Selling lumber's the same on any difficulty level. On the time-lapse series I'm on hard economy. So that will slow things down a bit when we come to sell crops and produce. We won't make as much money. But because we're only doing one time lapse a week, just to kind of help keep progress up a little bit, I just changed the economy to normal, which we're not benefiting from at the moment because we've not sold any crops anyway, so at the moment it's made no difference. So until we come to actually do some harvesting and get some pallets of produce, the normal economy is not making any difference whatsoever. Megan saying, did he do a face reveal? Not yet, no. That's my plan for the 100k subscriber video. Hey, Earth Hunter, how are you? Greetings to work, had to peek in, at least say hi. Well, thanks for at least saying hi. Appreciate you checking in. Hope you're all well. Craden saying he would record a bit longer, but my storage sucks. Yeah. That was the first thing I had to upgrade when I started doing time-lapse videos, was my storage. Because I was constantly running out of storage mid-recording. Because I'd forget to clear my storage space. So yeah, that was one of the when I first started like doing YouTube videos, that was the first thing I had to go out and purchase, which was an extra storage space. Yeah, when you're recording at high bit rates and a decent resolution, it soon fills up your storage. On average, my videos are around about 150 gigabytes for the total recordings for one episode. Bela saying hi, hello to you. Jacob saying, do you have the case Puma from Mod Hub? No. It does have an EU version which worked really well this series. No, we don't have that. I did uninstall because this server is a different server to the one I was using last time, so this one has the higher storage space, so we've got 25 gig of mod storage on this server. So I installed quite a few mods, but I didn't install the Puma. So we've got the case IH7200, so we've got both of those. The Class Dominator, the Massey Ferguson 8S is the only other tractor I installed. So these are the mods, only the mods we've got installed at the moment on this server. Other than the script mods which don't show up on here. But I will add some more. I just literally went into the mod hub the other day and just thought, oh, that might be useful, that might be useful, get that, get that. Megan saying, oh, okay, well, as long as you feel comfortable with it. Yeah, I've got no problem doing the face reveal. I've been in videos on YouTube before on previous channels where I've had my face on camera, so it's not something I'm against doing. It's just obviously having your face in time-lapse videos just is a bit weird. So there's no real chance to have done it before. And I will have, hopefully at some point in the near future as well, I'll have my green screen set up and get that all working with the lighting and stuff, so I can then have the cam on, like the webcam on the live streams. Tom was saying, what is your specs of your new PC? It is a 12th gen i9 12900K processor. I can't remember, Alder Lake or something. I don't know. It's a 12th gen anyway, 12900K. Or is it 16 core 24 threads, something like that. The GPU is an RTX 3080 Ti, and then I've got 32 gig of DDR5 RAM at 4800 megahertz. Oh, I've got that one too short again. I need to get a stump grinder just to remove a few stumps I've got too short. The lumberjack mod won't remove. 303 saying those older case tractors are awesome. Yeah, they are less than 100 grand and they've got a decent horsepower on them as well. So they are really good tractors to start off with. I think they go up to about 250, 260 horsepower or something. Wrong button. Craden saying in the summer hoping to post real life farming. That'd be interesting. MSJ Design saying he played FS19 for only 140 hours, debating getting 22. Do you think it is better enough to be worth it? I think it is. But if you're not going to play it a whole lot, you might want to wait a bit till it comes down in price. depending what platform you're playing on. If you're on PC, it's a lot cheaper than console. I mean, 140 hours for a game, that's still quite a lot of hours. I mean, there are some modern games these days that you can complete in about 5-6 hours, and then you're pretty much done with it. I cut that tree the wrong way. I meant to cut it going that way, so it was going away from the other trees. Finstad, thank you very much for the super chat. Love all the amazing videos and streams. Keep up the good work. Stay awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm not sure what that currency is. Is it Norwegian? Norwegian? You was from Norway, wasn't you? So thank you very much for that. However much it works out in pounds, I appreciate it. No, nonetheless. So thank you for that. You are very generous. F1 saying he's been really hooked with the Nexat machinery the last week. Such a cool concept, and so close to reaching the open market. That sounds interesting. Jorgen saying have to go, see you next time. Yeah, thank you very much for stopping by again. Yeah, maybe we'll see a mod of that in game, because it sounds interesting. You play on PC mainly, interested in forestry. At the moment there's not a huge amount of forestry stuff in game or maps about. There's FDR logging. If you've used their stuff from FDR logging, they've just released their first map and a load of logging, like forestry equipment. So if you've used their stuff before, then that's now available to download. So if you go to fdrlogging.com, you can download all their stuff for 22, including their new map if you're interested in forestry. So there's that's available. I think there is another forestry map about somewhere on one of the sites. $40 GB. Oh, that if it's that much, then you are actually amazing and extremely generous. So thank you for that. Jesse's saying not bad English. I'm not bad for an English person. I don't know what you mean, Jesse. Or is that you referring to how much the 500 NOK is in it? Great British pounds. Right, 14 we want to go. Oh, come on, chainsaw. Tom's saying nice PC specs similar to what I want. Yeah, it's. I wanted to get a different processor, but it was like double the price of the new 12th gen. So I thought I'd go with that 12th gen at least. Then if they do bring out another one that fits the same socket, it's easier to upgrade than going with an older style socket for a more powerful one that then I kind of have to replace the motherboard again in the future. And I think the other one I was going to get was like an i9 Extreme. I say it was double the price, but it was I think it was a 24 core processor, which would have been super fast for rendering videos, but a bit overkill for gaming. MSJ Design, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Thanks for your input and advice. No worries, I appreciate that, and you are very generous as well. Craden Gaming, is the Kinsey 3665 planter direct drill? It doesn't say it is in the mod hub, but I believe it is. Whether that's been fixed in the update though, I don't know. Because somebody did mention it to me in a comment. Planters, where are you? I should know where everything is. I'm clicked on it. Yeah, it doesn't say it's a direct drill, but somebody told me it did work as one because they didn't think it would. I'm not sure about that one though. But that may have been something that wasn't intended before the update, so I'm not 100% sure now. If anyone else does know, then please let us know in chat. It would be super handy. Okay, Jesse, no worries. I've seen missed a comment somewhere. Oh, is that, no, I'll get you now. Yeah, I can see the comment. My favourite tractor is the Fendt 1050. Storm Cool, hello, how are you? Good to see you in the chat again. Derek saying AMD has a new process come mid-year, but it has a different pin setup. Yeah, I've never used any AMD stuff, so I don't know much about it, and I just prefer to go with Intel because I know what I'm doing with it a bit more. Like when someone says to me I've got a Ryzen 5600 or what, that means nothing to me. I have no idea what's that kind of equivalent to for an Intel processor. So yeah, I did consider looking into doing an AMD build, but yeah, I stuck with kind of what I know a little bit more. Cool Creep saying hi, hey to you. I think a lot of the manufacturers' computer components have got new stuff coming out this year. It tends to be that it's that old thing is you buy a new PC and 6 months later it's outdated because there's new stuff out. As I know there's talk about the 40 series cards coming later this year. How well they'll be available if they do come out this year compared to the 30 series, which seem to be verging on almost impossible to get hold of one of those at the moment. The one I bought before Christmas I know I overpaid for, but it's out of stock now, so if I hadn't got it when I did I wouldn't have been able to get one at all because I can't find anywhere else that's got one I wanted in stock. Christopher saying, I hope bring Shanty Forest map mod to console. Not aware of that map. Aviation Central saying, I really like your No Man's Land videos, thank you. I'm glad you like them. Where do you sell logs in No Man's Land? Right. If we go to the right menu, the log sell point now, as long as you've got the updated version of the map. So where this container is, if you stand around here, so you can just see on the help menu at the top corner it's come up sell wood. So the trigger is just in front of these two blue pallets here to sell logs. So park your trailer in on this grid here and then you can sell wood there now. And that's only if you've got the updated version of this map though. If you haven't got this grid, then you need to get the update for the map. Stormcool, what have you guys been doing today? We weeded the wheat field. We went over the other 3 fields with the roller. Well, Stevie did anyway. We got some fertilizer on one of the other fields. We've just done a bit of forestry. So at the moment we're trying to get enough money to buy another area of land and then we're going to build the sawmill is our kind of plan. So we've got about an hour and a half left of the stream, so we should, well, we'll definitely get that done. Hopefully then we can have a look at doing some other stuff. Jacob saying the fast run noise sounds like ducklings on laminate floor. Yeah, it does sound weird. especially as there's no kind of difference between different surfaces. Just saying, Sim, what would you do if you somehow got 100,000 more subscribers overnight? What would I do? I would, if I got 100,000 subscribers more overnight, I'd be a bit concerned as to how. I'd be slightly amazed. I don't know if I'd do anything different to what I already do.
You could do a happy dance.
Yeah, happy dance.
I think if I got 100,000 subscribers overnight, you'd be calling an ambulance for me anyway. From a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, it depends if they're 100,000 subscribers are going to watch my videos. Because at the end of the day, if they're not watching your content, then there's little point to them being subscribed to your channel. In all fairness, not in a kind of negative way. I appreciate everyone that has decided to subscribe to the channel. And I understand not every subscriber is going to watch every video. You know, not everyone has the time to, so don't expect everyone to watch every video all the time. But you say but when you first start out, you're better off having fewer subscribers that actually watch your content than having a larger subscriber base that don't watch your content. Because at the end of the day, it's the most important thing for YouTube is views. If you've got 1 million subscribers but you're only getting 1,000 views on each video, having 1 million subscribers pretty much doesn't mean anything. But yeah, having that many overnight would be would say if there was active subscribers that was watching my stuff, that would be pretty amazing. But yeah, no, it's a slow process, YouTube, and I'm grateful for everyone that's chosen to subscribe to the channel. So yeah, I can only say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Daniel Boy plot 33, because there's heaps there, I think. Heaps? No, 33 doesn't have anything on this because we start from scratch, so there's nothing there. If you start on new farmer mode, I think there's some buildings there.
There's a new farm or something. There's actually grapevines there, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't been on the new farmer mode to see what was actually there. I think there's that abandoned shed, like that old shed building as well, is there something? Oh, I've lost my chat. Where's my chat gone? Right. Yeah, 10,000 views per hour. That would be. Now that would be a crazy amount of views to get per hour. At the moment, it's that kind of thing. We're in the January slump. Like after the new year, it seems like your views kind of drop with people being back at work. Ad revenue for January is absolutely atrocious compared to what it was in December. So you're kind of doing the same amount of work in your videos for almost half the amount of money from ad revenue you was getting the previous month. Dan, thank you very much for the subscription. Yeah, grapes is what you meant to say, yeah. Yeah, 10,000 views per hour, that 240,000 views a day. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Last month I got just under 1.6 million views in the entire month, which is my best ever month on YouTube from a views point of view. I was getting around about 120,000 views every 2 days, so 60,000 views a day at the highest point of that. That has dropped now to last couple of days. I think I've only got around about 40,000 per day, which is still like very good. It has dropped quite considerably since the new year. Toast TV saying, do you get more if ads are not skipped? I don't. I think you only get paid if somebody interacts with an advert or they watch the entire advert. But I think it depends on the ad as well, because you do get those short, really short adverts that you can't be skipped, which I think you get paid for those. But I think if it's a longer ad, I don't think you get paid unless they watch the full advert. But as to that, I'm not 100% sure exactly how it all works, because it's kind of different for different type of ads. Jacob saying, one thing I was sad about is when I'll have the pound to get my own big house with a garden big enough for a ride-on lawnmower. Small vintage tractor, I think, will be electric. You might still be able to get an older petrol powered thing, but you probably the eco warriors will probably slam you for it. Yeah, my garden's, it's not small, but it's not suitable for a ride-on lawnmower. It's the grass area in my garden's not big enough to warrant anything that big, and also it's on two different levels with a fairly steep slope between them, and trying to go up there on a ride-on lawnmower would be pretty difficult. It would be fun to have one though, but yeah, I'd need a house with a much bigger garden. Yeah, at the moment I've just got a small battery powered hand pushed lawnmower. It does the job. I can mow the lawn in probably about 25 minutes on one battery, so works well for me.
Very eco-friendly saw.
Yep. It was the only reason why I went with the electric battery powered one was because I'm too lazy to bother with extension leads. Right, I might just throw these smaller pieces on top of that rear trailer just to get them out of the way. Yeah, we need to remember we need to remove the weeds if you want to go and start doing that once you've sold that load.
Yeah, that's my plan anyway.
Yeah.
Once I've
Nice
This
one.
load sold, I'll clear all the weeds.
Yeah. Alright, nice one, thank you. So just before I forget about it completely, we need to try and get that done before they get too big and we can't use the weeder we've bought. 303DB saying, I wonder what money you get when a viewer is on premium YouTube with no ads. I don't know. Basically the way premium YouTube works is every YouTube take their cut of your monthly subscription fee, and then what's left after that is then divided up by content creators you watch. So if you was only to watch one video for the month and it was on like one of my videos, I would get all of what's left after YouTube take their cut. If you watch 2 videos from 2 different channels, then we'd get half each. So it works on that basis. So the more different channels you get, the smaller the cut gets for each different channel, is the way I think it works with premium. So it depends on how many videos you watch from different channels and how many videos you watch on their channels as well, to how much you get per video. I think in total the I did look into this years ago, well, like not years ago, but I can't remember what the percentage was for YouTube. It was, yeah, I can't remember. It's been that long since I looked into it. I just make sure there's no smaller bits that I can see. Yeah, so if you watch a hell of a lot of videos on YouTube on premium, then the amount of money the creator gets for each view you watch is gets smaller and smaller. So if you're really making your most of your subscription, then it'll get divided up quite a bit. MS Game saying collect snippets for extra money 20 times. Yeah, I'm not interested in collecting the collectibles, MS or M's Games. Jacob saying if I got premium, I'd probably only watch you to benefit. It's not something, obviously I can't, as a content creator I'm not allowed to ask people to do stuff like that. But yeah, there's loads of stuff out there to watch, to more interesting than me anyway. Black is saying hello, and SZZS saying hello Sim, A to you too. I hope you are both well. Yeah, there's always petrol ones. Jacob saying my uncle just about has enough space, but he's made it smaller with a mid-garden patio which took up massive chunk out of the grass so he could get one. You know, I don't have the space. I'd love to get a greenhouse in the garden, but really don't have a suitable place for one. My garden's, it's not a huge garden, but it's not tiny, but it's a very awkward shape because we're on it's like 4 different levels. Oh, I've gone the wrong way, missed the turning. So I've got, like, immediately outside the back of the house I've got like a patio area which is a ground level, and then we've got a like retaining wall that runs around the back of that. So it kind of creates a little courtyard area that we have gated off so the dogs can be let out and run around on there. And then we've got steps that go up onto the first level of the grass area, which is a fairly smallish flat area of grass. Then that slopes up onto another level, which is probably about a 4-foot rise in the slope. And then we've got another grass area there. And then we've got more steps that go up then to a 4th level at the very top of the garden. So it's kind of a very awkward garden to really make the most of the space. So that's 30,577 for that load. That takes up to 105. So as we said earlier, we'll buy area 23, which gives us a little bit more forest, and then we'll get the sawmill built, because we should have enough now. So we've got farmlands, and we'll buy that. So we've got 20,000, which is only just enough to be able to actually buy the sawmill. So it is 20,000. But we'll then get a few trees cut and taken over to that so we can start producing some pallets, and then that gives us another revenue stream. Storm Call saying Sim, I changed my XML to have collected all collectibles so they aren't on the map any longer. Yeah, that is a good way of getting rid of them if you don't want to bother with collecting them. I used to do that on FS17 because I hated it when you collected 10 that'd show up all over the map, and I picked up 10 on the one map I was doing a series on, and it annoyed me, so I went in the XML and put it down as I collected them all apart from one, just so I could get rid of them showing up on the minimap. Daniel saying your family owns Bigton Farm in Shetland, but my dad owns an old Massey Ferguson 35, and after my cousin has ploughed then I go and collect the stones, come up to the field and do a wheelie. Oops, crash. 303 saying YouTube used to give one free channel membership with premium. I'm not sure if they restricted it or it's gone. I don't know how premium works. It's not something I've ever looked into doing myself. I use ad blocker on my web browser, but I have it disabled for YouTube simply because I know how much content creators rely on the ad revenue, so I'm happy enough to put up with ads because I know I'm helping the channels out a bit, however small it may be. So when I watch stuff, so premium was not something I've ever considered myself, so I've never actually looked into signing up for it, so I'm not even sure how much it is for the UK to get premium. Right, so let's go into build mode. And we want production, factories, sawmill. Now this is quite a big building. I don't think that small tree might need to go. Alright, so let's get rid of this one. Right, we'll use this for the sawmill rather than just get rid of it. Not in 19, no, the collectibles weren't on the roof on this map. I don't think there was any collectibles on 19. I know Alien Jim put in some, was it a gold nugget collectible on one of his maps, but No Man's Land there was no collectibles on 19. There was no collectibles in the base game on 19 either. I'm talking about 17. On nearly every map on 17, map creators added collectibles. Which when you picked up 10 of them, they showed up then on the mini-map where the rest of them were. Let's just chuck these over here. TJ saying I have premium, it's $14.99 per month. UK it's $11.99. 303 saying no ads, you get YouTube music as well. Yeah, I don't listen to music very often, so to be honest, I don't think it'd benefit me. M saying hi to M. Yeah, to be honest, I don't get as much time to watch YouTube as I'd like. Right, where? So we don't need access on the back at all. The pallets spawn just in front of that door on that end, don't they? So I think I need to get rid of this tree as well, and then we'll just go a little bit further over to give us a bit more space on this end for getting a trailer in there to load up, make things a little bit easier. Where's my pile of trees gone? Over there. That should do us. Right, so I'm thinking we come go that way a little bit. Oh, that Clyde we play is miles away. So I'm going there. Not really going to do any landscaping around it just yet because we don't really have the money. Cool Creep saying he has premium, it's €8. Is that like a student discount or something? I think they do. You can get like discounts for students and stuff, can't you? Or at least that's what I think I saw from an advert I saw the other day. €8 seems a bit cheap for if it's $11.99 in the UK. You move to Europe if you're getting a better deal. Oh, where's that other tree? I'll just throw these in. I'll get us started at least. Come on. All I've got to do is find the trigger. There we go. Is it gone? Just had it. There we go. So that's given us 623 litres of wood. Yeah, some way off from completely filling up the storage. So what I'll do is I'm just going to start cutting these small trees down and we'll just throw these into the sawmill for now. Just so we can start getting a bit of production. Craden saying you should put on 4 joules on your massey. I don't see the benefit of that at the moment. I think it'd probably cost money to do it as well. To be honest, when it comes to putting joules on tractors, it's not something I do very often because I'm too lazy to even go and do it. Then it's generally like the US maps, I'll put joules on because they tend to have joules on their tractors more often. It's not very often I'll see a tractor. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a tractor in the UK with joules on. Not round by me anyway. They'd struggle to get down half the country lanes. I'm sure there are some farmers that use joules in the UK for some purposes, but it's not something you see very often. Basti Frank saying he loves the game. Sebastian K, in Poland it is 24 PLL a month. Oh, I'm putting these in the wrong place. Come on, Sim, concentrate. Probably get bombarded with comments now saying you're putting the logs in the wrong place. I'll get this right in a minute. The cell trigger is here. There we go. So that's 1,127 litres. Yeah, I imagine in Canada the US use them a lot more often. But then you've got more space to get around them than they have in the UK. We like running down country lanes that used to be dirt tracks many years ago. And they're barely wide enough to get an average UK car down, most of them round here. I think definitely a tractor with joules on would struggle. To be honest, with a lot of the fields round by me, they wouldn't even get through the gates. €846. That seems a lot cheaper than the UK then. I just wonder why that is. Dylan's saying my in-laws own like 9 tractors and 8 of them are the same brand. One's a McCormick. Nice. I don't know anybody that owns a tractor personally. There's a house not far from me that it's got an old Ford tractor parked up on their front drive. It looks like it needs a lot of TLC. It's got like tarpaulin over the top of the cab, and it looks in a pretty bad condition. It's been parked ever since I moved in. It's been parked up there. I don't think it's ever moved since I've lived here for like 4 years. Kind of a random thing to see on somebody's front drive. Storm saying it's £9 here in Norway. Strange, I know it's quite different for the different prices for different countries then. I thought it would be roughly the same, just a different currency conversion. I know in terms of ad revenue from like adverts, what you make from adverts, Norway's I think the highest paying ads that you get. So views from Norway pay a hell of a lot more than I get from views in like the UK. Dylan's saying they got 5 old timers. They've all been completely revised and repainted recently. That's nice. Ozan saying, I want to say thank you for your good videos you have made. Start playing FS19 modded with No Man's Land after watching you. This weekend after 92 hours I'm playing vanilla for the first time. Yeah, probably UK tax VAT, yeah. True, didn't consider that, yeah. 20% tax, isn't it? The good old tax man's what I need to do by the end of this month, pay my tax bill. That's always a fun job at this time of year. Right, so how much we got in there? 2,500 litres. Yeah, we'll just finish clearing these last few of the smaller trees from down the side of the sawmill, and then we'll probably look at doing a few more of the larger ones, just to try and fill this up. Once it's full, then we can just let it do its thing until it needs topping up. Storm Cool say might be because when they get an ad, they're normally short, so you can skip them there, and then most of the time 2 short ones right after each other. I think that's the same for everywhere. It's just the RPM, so the revenue per, I can't remember what the M is for. Yeah, I can't remember what the M is. Revenue per something. For Norway it's
Revenue
like
per million, I think.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, Norway's like my highest. It's quite considerably higher than a lot of other countries as well. So yeah, 100,000 views from Norway would pay a hell of a lot more than 100,000 views from the UK, put it that way. I'll just do these last 3, and then we'll get a couple of the bigger trees in there, because these ones aren't adding much in there. I don't think they'll do tax breaks for virtual farming. Is what super strength? Picking these trees up there. I haven't got super strength enabled, I don't think anyway. Or have I? Yeah, I have. No. No, these ones are light enough to pick up by hand. I'll just do this last one, because these really aren't getting much in there at all, so it's probably kind of a waste of time. Yeah, I've watched. I think the longest ad I watched was about 10-12 minutes on YouTube, and it was kind of like a short film. It was actually quite good as well. But it's one of them, you start watching it and you're like, oh, this, what's this? Like, interesting. And like 10 minutes later, you're like, okay, I've just spent 10 minutes watching an entire ad. Kind of like then lose interest in the video you was actually clicked on to watch. Right, now we own over here as well, we can start cutting down a few of these ones. Hey Julie, welcome back. Yeah. Every week they've got a slightly different thing. So keep removing them and blocking them from the channel, but they just keep coming back with a slightly different variation of the name, which is not blocked, which is rather annoying. Call Creep saying YouTube Premium family plan is €12.99. So that's like multiple accounts. That's not too bad, to be honest, for what you get. I've already got like so many subscriptions. I've got Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, Now TV. Cost a fortune when you add them all up. I only signed up for Disney Plus because I wanted to watch The Mandalorian, and then I never ended up cancelling it. So I need to start watching the Book of Boba Fett. It's now on there. Scotty C is saying he has YouTube Premium, can't stand ads at all. Yeah, I can understand that. They can get annoying. Especially on some videos where they seem to have excessive amount of ads for how long the video is. I always try and do it, if the video is a short video, I don't put as many ads in. Sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes YouTube kind of still decide to put their own ads in, even though I've selected where they should be. It kind of like YouTube just ignores what I've put and then does their own thing anyway. Mandalorian was epic. I haven't finished watching it yet. I haven't. I'm about. Well, my intention was Disney Plus was to sign up for Disney Plus for a month and then watch series 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian and then cancel it. And then I watched the first 3 episodes of season 1, and then I never got back to it. And then it went over to the next month, so I was like, oh, I might as well just keep it now. And then they've done the new series, so I want to watch that as well anyway. So I don't know why I'm cutting these up actually. I might as well strike them over. It's 4 length trees, as we're just going to put them in the sawmill. No, I need the weight. Dylan saying the YouTuber Theo Joe just released a spam and deleter app. No, I'll just stick to what's already in there. I don't like adding kind of those kind of apps to giving access to all your stuff, to be honest. Yeah, some of these things that are out there for deleting stuff like that, you have to give them too much access for to your stuff for it to work, and I'm not sure I trust some of it with the permissions you have to grant for it. Oh, 7,155. How far off? Wow, this takes quite a lot of wood. I'm not surprised for how big the building is. I can understand it. It would take a hell of a lot of wood. It would be nice to have some sort of visual kind of log pile that builds up when you add logs in, so you can kind of see how full it is without having to go in the menu. So have like a visual log pile that builds up as you put more and more logs in. It gets bigger and bigger, so then when you're driving past you can see if it's getting low without having to go in the menu. TJ saying, did you hear about the YouTuber who crashed his plane for views? Not that I'm aware of, no. I can imagine there's some very crazy people that do some very crazy stuff on YouTube for views. So it's a bit similar to Nightbot then. Nightbot can do a better job of removing those, but I just haven't set it up. And I think Streamlabs has its own kind of thing as well that you can set up to help moderate the chat. Again, I just haven't had the time to fully set up and go through the settings for Nightbot and the Streamlabs one. I've got a few moderators, but I think don't think any are in tonight, and Steve is helping me out. Yeah, that wouldn't get views. Maybe if I did a blooper video with some outtakes of crashing tractors, tipping things over, and things go wrong, it may get a few extra views. But I think I've crashed my tractor. I've not so much in the early streams on No Man's Land, especially with the Mahindra. I was tipping that over quite often. If you don't mind, Steve, because I know you're in the chat quite often. So I've got a few other people, but obviously not everyone's in at the same time. So if you don't mind, I can sort that out. That would be very helpful. Thank you. Vincent, not sure you've answered this, but where is the sawmill? It's only available on this map under production and under factories. I don't know why Giants didn't add a placeable sawmill so you can produce planks. It seems to be one thing they've completely missed off. I know the carpentry shop you can still produce furniture without planks. You don't need them, you can just use wood. But yeah, not sure why Giants didn't add a placeable sawmill to the game. But that particular one is only available on this map at the moment. Nice one, Steve. I appreciate that.
Can we speed up the time a small bit more? The silage bales are 97%, so I'm going to bring them to the sell point.
Yeah, if you've finished weeding, no worries. That'll be a nice bit of money to top up the bank account. Oh, my log fork's broke. Oh. Oh, I've lost my chat again. Oops. Dylan's saying he had a nice moment. I got that tractor completely stuck on a big bag pallet. As it flip over, was trying to pick it back up. Yeah, it came with the updated version of the map. Finstad. So Alien Jim added it, and also they added the log sell point at the main store in the update, as well as adding all the missing crops from the sell point as well, like silage, hay, straw bales and stuff like that. No, thank you for the offer, Julio. I think I'm covered for now. So I've got Steve offered, and I've got about three or four others. So I should be okay for now, but I will keep you in consideration if I ever need anybody else. Well, why do I keep losing the sell point? It's only 13,000 for that. Oh, it's going to take forever. I didn't expect the sawmill to have takes quite so many logs. Lou Game saying hello, my friend. Hey to you. Agri Tomo saying I'm watching your Wilhelmina's Forest series, currently on episode 58. It's crazy how many hours you put into your toy cat. Yeah, that thing got a hell of a lot of work on that series. I can't remember how many hours it had on in the end, but it was quite a lot. Yeah, I definitely got my money's worth out of that tiger cat on that series, put it that way. Dermot saying he's been loving my No Man's Land series. Nice one. Thank you for that. Finstad saying, well, my bad then for not checking after it was updated. Yeah, no worries. It's always difficult for because sometimes you get stuff updated but you don't know kind of what's been added. So I knew about the sawmill being added, but I didn't know he'd added a log sell point. And it wasn't until I kept getting comments on the video saying you can sell logs at the store. I'm like, can you? I'm sure you can't. And I was like, oh, so you can now. Petry saying sleep time for me. Nice stream. Catch you with the rest tomorrow. Yep, nice one. Thank you again for stopping by. Anuvis Torres saying hello. Hey to you. Dylan saying he's been playing multiplayer. Someone left their big bag pallet on the shop and I just drove into it without thinking and then ended up on the top. How to remove stumps in the chainsaw. You need to use the lumberjack mod. It is a PC only mod that is available on the in-game mod hub. So that is the only way to remove the stumps with a chainsaw, is via that mod. Otherwise you need to use a stump grinder. Craden saying, for your information, BGA base game doesn't work on No Man's Land. At least for me, I've tried selling silage there and it doesn't work. If you've placed the BGA down, you can't sell there because it's not a sell point, it's a production line. So you'll produce electricity, digestate and methane, because it's a production building, not a sell point. So all these in factories like these, you won't get money for taking silage there, but you will earn money for producing electricity, I think. I don't know how often you get paid for it though. I don't know if it's daily, like monthly at the end of the month or what. But you can't sell any of these in production. You have to use a selling point to get paid for anything. But I've not used the BGA where I've actually owned it, so I don't know when you actually get payment from whatever you produce, or how it works. There's TJ saying you get paid electricity daily. Is it like at the end of the day, or is it like hourly? Demot saying, do you watch Dagwin? I don't anymore. I used to watch him back in the day. To be honest, I don't really watch any FS YouTubers anymore because I play the game so much myself. I'm kind of sick of farm sim by the time I finish recording for the day. So it's I don't really watch much farm sim content. I still need to catch up with Stevie's videos. I'm way behind. Badger saying, where on the map did you build the sawmill? So just at the bottom of area 23. I'll show you on the big map, might be a bit easier to see. So we are just here on 23. So it's a fairly flat area next to our forest, so we don't have far to take the logs. And then what we'll probably do is, when we've got a bit more money in the future, probably build a carpentry shop somewhere around the back and build up like a kind of little forestry industrial area. So have a carpenter, the sawmill, and then we'll start replanting the forest once we've got the money to buy a tree planter.
You can slow down the time there now again. I'm all fermented.
Oh, they're all fermented now. I was going to say, just I could have probably sped it up a little bit quick. I only put it on 15. Turn that down to 5. So we've got 20,400 litres in there now, and we're still not even a quarter full. Steve H saying, he's saying that he's been wondering if it's worth buying one too. I will get a BGA on my no man's land at some point, but yeah, it's with how expensive the cheapest base game one, it'll be a while before I do. Stormcool saying, what's your plan for No Man's Land series? The Timelapse series, my next plan is you'll have to wait and see for the next video. Yeah, what I want to do in the next time, the Timelapse series, is buy another area of land for the so I can start expanding the farm a bit more. So I'm considering either getting 27 or 25 in the Timelapse series, so I can kind of expand out with some new fields and stuff. But what I also want to do is change the baler I've got on the Timelapse series. The little massive baler is great with the little small bales, but I don't like using it, that, to be honest. It's one of those things, it's a new feature of the game, doing the small bales, so I wanted to use it at least once. I know you've got the bale stacker thing for it, which is, to be honest, I'd rather buy a different baler than buy the stacker for the little baler, for how much it costs. So I'm probably going to look to get a new area of land, get a baler and a bale wrapper, so I can cut the grass for silage before I plough in any more fields. So yeah, that's where I am with the Timelapse series. I want to try and get a new area of land, so next year when it comes to spring I can start getting some more fields ploughed in, getting some more crops sown, and then trying to continue just building up the farm slowly, getting some more equipment and stuff like that. So there won't be, I'll still need to do some forestry to get the money to buy the land and stuff, but I'll probably imagine over the next in-game year there won't be as much forestry as there has been in the first 10 episodes or so. Storm comes out. I build a small village with production builders on field 16 at the top of the ridge where it is flat. Nice. Craden saying he was trying to do silage bales. The biogas plant, you was doing silage bales. Yeah, I think you just have to keep your eye on the end of the day and see if you actually get any money from it. Can you show around your current farm on this? So this is all we've got so far on the live stream. So we've got 2 greenhouses, both producing lettuce, just so we don't have a hell of a load of pallets. I still need to tidy up the landscaping in between there as well. Actually, while we're here, I'll check the water because we have skipped quite a bit of time. So 18,000 litres on that one and 12,000 litres on that one, so plenty of water on those, so don't need to worry about those. So we've got 2 of these cheap sheds just for storing equipment in. A little vehicle workshop so we can repair equipment here. Storage space for pallets and implements and stuff like that. Yeah, so we haven't built up much of the actual farm yet. And then we just got the little cabin here. A nice little view of the lake. Diamond saying bye to you, thanks for stopping by on the stream. VW22U saying how many playing hours do you have on this map so far? Don't know how many hours we've got on this. What is this, about the 6th, 7th stream on No Man's Land? We've done about 3-4 hours on each one. So probably about 24 hours, 30 hours or so. On this one, Paul saying you're the best farmer, thank you. 303 saying don't think placeable BGA takes bales. It should take bales. Tanel saying good night Sim, and I'm back in your next stream. Nice one, thank you for watching again. I need to stretch my legs. Oh, that's better. I've still got my pedals for my steering wheel right under my desk. I need to try and get that set up soon, so we can have a go with that. Right, so we're up to 47,000 now. So what we're going to do next is we'll buy the tree planter. Are you loading up the rest of the silage bale, Stevie?
Yeah.
Right, nice one. Yeah, when you go back down to sell those, if I buy a set of pallet forks and some pallets of saplings and load those up on the bale trailer to bring back, and I'll get the tree planter, I'll go down and get that now.
Yeah, no problem at all.
So we can get some trees and at least they can start growing then. So we want the tree planter. So forestry. We'll get... Just going to do spruce trees because I think they're easier to do for now. Trying to think how many pallets we should get. I'll do for now. Oh, there's my tractor. Paul saying bye, love your streams, thank you very much, and appreciate you stopping by to watch. Agri Tom saying the BGA does take bales. Yeah, I imagine it does because I've placeable BGA is pretty similar to what's the pre-placed ones on the maps anyway, so I'd be very surprised if they didn't take bales. Got any tips for stacking pallets? Have some patience. Try and take your time. Pallets, even though Giants have said in the last update they've improved the pallets, I probably could do with the weight on the front with the tree planters quite heavy. Actually, did I check? Do we actually... Oh, I used the tree planter on the John Deere 6M, we pull that fine. 120 horsepower. Yeah, we should be okay. Yeah, just take your time with pallets. Even with Giants said they've updated them, they've improved the pallets with the update. I find they're actually worse now. When in general they seem better, but when they go wrong, they seem to really go wrong. I had one pallet on Elm Creek that literally flew halfway across the map because it just went flying off the forks. There was the one pallet of tree saplings on here that completely flipped the tractor over, and then I had another one that messed up on hoe baler on. It seems like in general they seem a little bit better, but when they do go wrong now, they like really go wrong. Yeah, super strength, as Craden says. Yeah, use super strength and pick them up by hand. Easiest way to do it. Gamer Dude, do you play other games? I do play other games, but I don't do content on any other games at the moment. I am considering doing some other videos, but it won't be on this channel, it may be on a second channel. Just because I'd love to have a go at doing some other stuff as content. But this channel will be solely for Farming Simulator or farming related games. If anything else ever comes out farming related, I have a go at that. Dylan saying he flipped a pallet once, 3 forklift 10 metres in the air. Yeah, patience. I don't like loading pallets, to be honest. I find them very frustrating at times, and because doing them in the time-lapse video is difficult because I don't like to keep moving the camera as much as I'd like to keep the camera as still as possible. We also need to get a set of pallet forks while I remember. How many? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll get one more pallet of saplings. Should be plenty of trees to keep us going. Dylan saying he's currently got 24 pallets of eggs, and one of those heavy duty shells. Took a lot of patience for sure, yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't do the pallet stacking very often. I don't mind doing it every now and then, but after a while it just becomes a bit tedious and frustrating. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll preload the pallets onto the trailer before I start a video, so they're ready to just sell, because it's a slow process as well. So even sped up, it still can end up taking a good few minutes in the time-lapse video, which is okay in small bits, but after a while it's a little bit too much. So I either try and just cut out the most of it, so I'll show the loading the first few pallets and then kind of skip to the last few pallets if there's a lot of them, just to make things look a little bit easier and better. Duff saying, have you seen the last post by BSM Kosher? Looks nice. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. The map is looking really nice. Farm Simulator 22 Sim saying hi to you. VW saying, in general, are you satisfied with the updates and new functions? Yes, I am. There's still a few bugs to iron out. There's still a few things that could be improved, but I think in general I do like a lot of the changes to 22. There's a lot more options for doing things in there that they've added in, and although rolling is a very minimal increase in yield, it's not so much of a loss if you don't do it. So it's that kind of thing. It's not a necessity that you do it every time. So I like the fact they've added it there as an option, and you're not really overly punished for not doing it, if you know what I mean. Same with mulching as well. So that little 5%, it's up to you whether you think it's worth it or not. I like doing it at the moment because it's something different. It's a new feature to the game. Whether I'll continue doing it all the time, I don't know. So what we'll do is we'll probably come right to the edge of where the boundary is, or as close as possible as we can get it, and then we'll just start planting in straight rows, and then we'll do them 10 meters apart. So if we straighten up the tractor to 360 degrees or 0, I think that's about as close to the corner of the land. Yeah, we don't have access. Oh, come on, don't say this tractor's not gonna... Oh, come on. I knew the tractor was a little bit underpowered, but I thought we might still just about get away with pulling it. So what we're going to have to do is see if we can put a few more horses in our tractor. Oh, actually, what we haven't done for a while is check the used equipment sales. Get a wheel loader. Oh. Pickup truck. Or another bale trailer. I don't think we need... That would be handy to keep over here for loading the pallets of planks on, to be honest. But it's not something we desperately need because we've already got the other trailer. Alright, what I'm going to do is... I don't really want to... I don't really want to skip a month because it starts trees, but one month's not going to matter. For rolling, I've just put my roller behind my seeder. Yeah, there's different mods out there now where you can add rollers on different types. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of other stuff as well come out where you can kind of mulch ahead of your seed drill and do multiple things at once. Jamie Ailing saying, hey Sim, good evening, what are your thoughts on the build mode camera? Yes, I don't like it all that much. I don't like the fact that you can't, when you're this far out, you can't tilt down any further than that. It kind of stops you, you have to like zoom in. And what I would also like if they had the ability is when you're actually clicking on a building, that the menu at the bottom minimises, so you've got the whole screen to see rather than having what, nearly 1/3 of the screen blocked with that. So once you've selected a building to place, that minimises down until you like go back off it, then it pops back up. Same with like doing the landscaping as well. Once you've selected like level, it would be nice if that menu minimised so it was off the screen, so it gives you more screen to actually see. If you know what I mean. I think that would be a good thing. In general, I like the changes to the build mode, but I'm not. I think there's room for improvement on it. But yeah, the camera is a little frustrating, especially when you've got larger buildings. It's difficult to see where the doors are, to know where you want to actually place it properly. So I don't know how much it's going to cost to upgrade this tractor. Oh, I need to speed up time a little bit more. I don't know if it's even worth doing this tractor, to be honest. It's only worth €4,290. I could do repairing it while we're here, actually. That might help a little bit. It's probably part of the reason why we're struggling. So let's have a look. So if we went to 115, that's 5,000, which is an extra 10 horsepower. So we could go to a 5S 125, 125 horsepower. 145 is the most we can go, but I really don't think 20,000 is worth spending. Nick, thank you very much for the subscription. Do you need to borrow my 8? Yeah, that would be nice, Craydon. A nice 8000 series would be pretty nice at the moment. I mean, I don't know if it's worth even bothering to spend any money on this, to be fair. Decisions. Yeah, if the buildings didn't move when you rotate the camera, that was frustrating in 19 using the Xbox controller. You'd often you find that you line the building up, but you want to see it from a different angle. Then when you rotate the camera, the building moves as well, which gets a bit frustrating. Finding using the keyboard and mouse, it's not so bad because I can rotate the camera without rotating the building. A little bit easier. I don't know whether to get this upgrade. Should we upgrade the tractor or not?
I'd say maybe slow down the time first, then, or?
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot I left on 360 while I was in the menu, deciding whether to upgrade the tractor or not. So we're into December, so it's a bit limited on what we can actually do now. We'll check this again though. Ooh, ideal. 182,000 for an ideal combine. Right. I'm going to save my money. He'll drive it to you. Dylan's saying you could also buy your 9R. I think that might be a bit overkill for just a bit of tree planting, but it would be awesome. Full send 145. I don't know if it's worth the 20 grand, to be honest, because I know it's a good job, you know, crop destruction on the first growth stage. You know, drove across our wheat field. We'll try and pull it now we've actually repaired the tractor, see if we can. If not, we'll not bother. I think. Yeah, so the Valtra is only 110, so it's only 5 horsepower more. More power. Yeah, we'll try it now we've repaired it. If it's still struggling, then we'll have to bite the bullet and at least go to 125, because the planter needs 120. So. So we'll get relined up. and then try this again. Oh, we're moving, we're moving. Now, may have saved myself a few thousand then by just repairing it first. Agritomo saying, have a look what extra implements you can pull with the extra horsepower. Yeah, well, I'll have a look in a bit. I'll get the trees planted first, and then we can actually pull it a bit. And then we'll have a look, because I don't really want to spend 20,000 going to 145 if it's not really going to benefit us. I'd rather use that. We could get 2 more large greenhouses for that, which will bring us extra money in. The only thing we're struggling with a little bit is the large lime spreader, which we don't need to use very often, so it's one of those things where we can put up with it struggling a little bit for now. But I think it may be possibly time to save up and look to getting a larger powered tractor. So we've got 3 tractors on the go. Completely forgot, where did we plant these? So we are, is that 900 and 409, I think that is. So we'll go 10 meters over, so that's 399. We want 180 degrees. Oh, I need to go over that way a bit. Right, there we go. And away we go. So 10 meters between each tree and then 10 meters across as well. Should make it easier for me to come to cut these down. We'll have a little bit more space. It would be nice to landscape in between. So I've got 1, 2 left. So last tree. Craden saying no, so I'll give you the big wood to plant the trees. Was that 1,000 horsepower big bud for their little tree planter? Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll finish, we'll get all these trees planted, so the pallets we've got in this area, if we can fit them all in. What time are we? So we've got 15 minutes left, so yeah, we'll get this finished off. Turn that off while we turn. What was we? So we want 389 this time. So we'll go 360 degrees. Yeah, so I think we'll just finish getting these planted tonight, and that will be it for tonight's stream. So if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that like button, and I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream so far. We've managed to get a little bit more progress. So we've got the sawmill in. What else have we done? Yeah, we've done some weeding, fertilizing. Trying to think what else we've done in the oh, Stevie did some rolling, so we've got our fields rolled. We'll get one more on this row. Say that again.
We saw the silage bales in as well.
Yeah, silage bales were sold. Also sold a few loads of logs as well, so we've done quite a bit tonight. So 379 this time. I'm going the wrong way. Jonathan, hey, how are you? Nice to see you back in the stream. Right, 379, 180. This is where GPS would be handy, because I could just set up one row and then set it at 10 meters. I've got one tree left. There I go, next pallet. Agritomo, will you be doing any more streams a week? Because you only do one a week. That's only like 55 streams a year. At the moment, I'm just going to be doing one a week for now. Oops, I found a random offcut of a log. I can go to the sawmill. Yeah, at the moment, I'm just planning on doing one stream a week. Simply because of the fact at the moment I'm doing a video on the same day, which I don't really want to be doing, because the video's only up for like 2 hours and then I'm doing a live stream. But in the future that may change over the year. I may consider doing 2 streams a week. I don't know, depends how many there are. We've got 184 viewers currently, which, you know, I appreciate everyone that's here. I don't know what the highest was for tonight, viewership wise, so it depends on how popular there are as well, because it's a lot to commit 3-4 hours on an evening, and doing that twice a week as well. There may be some more streams if I do set up my other channel for doing other games. I may do a stream on that channel but on a different game. Some like in the week, just so I can have a break from farm sim myself as well, because I do play it quite a lot to get the videos done, and sometimes it's just nice to have a change and do something different. Jonathan, so where can you get more maps than No Man's Land? Currently on the mod hub, No Man's Land is the only map available. There are a lot of other sites out there you can look at if you're on PC anyway. If you're on console, then No Man's Land is currently the only map available other than the base game maps. If you search FS22 maps, then you'll probably find quite a lot on Google, various different sites, but I can't name any specific ones off the top of my head because I don't really know to any. Steve H bet 284 viewers at the highest. I'll be able to see after the stream what the highest point was. I completely forgot where we was now. Was that? Where was we? 369, so we want 359. Completely mind went blank then of what the next 10 meter mark was. 359. Get that to 180. Yeah, so there'll definitely be at least one stream a week on Farming Simulator anyway. Every now and then for different occasions there may be 2. I'm considering doing a kind of like a live farm build video, like live stream, where I just build a farm. So it'll just be me on one of the maps with a lot of money, and then just build up a farm using like landscaping tools. So that'll be done in addition to like this. So that'll possibly be an extra live stream at some point on maybe one of the nights in the week. because I would like to do that as something a little bit different. So it would be just basically building up a large farm on one of the maps. So what I'd probably do is choose a map, probably put a poll up in the community tab to choose a map, and then add a load of money in, and then let the viewers decide which area of the map to build the farm on, and then just have a go building up a big farm. So 349 is where we want to be. So straighten that up. Oops, I forgot to turn the forgot to turn it on. Oops. Go on, straighten up a bit. Get that on 0. There we go. So how many pallets we've got left? 2 after this one, and then we'll call it a night. Dylan's saying if the streams keep on being on Saturdays, I can get to them. Any other day, work makes me sleep way early. Yeah, at the moment I'm just gonna stick to Saturdays for now. But I say I may do some additional live streams throughout the year. Ozone saying, on your No Man's Land FS19 series, do you use any camera account for your time lapses? Camera account to do the fixed camera? Do you mean? I didn't do it very often in No Man's Land on 19. Use the fixed camera. Not as often as I would have liked to. Part of that was down to my old PC didn't do very well with the performance towards the end of No Man's Land, so it was difficult to play on the second PC to film stuff. So I only kept it to a minimum. Crane saying what I do to have a break day for a day is to record vids in one day, and the next day I don't have to record what's to upload. Yeah, I would have loved to have done that, but because of how long it took to record render videos, it was difficult to get more than one video done a day. So it was always difficult to get to a point where I could not record for one day. What I tried to do in the past was to record, edit a video, and then record another one straight after, and then spend the next day just rendering them. But then come the day after that, I'm stuck to a point where I've got no video for the day after that. So it just becomes a bit difficult to try and have a much of a break off. So I do try and get all my videos done Monday to Friday, so they can have like Saturday off. At least, but never quite goes to plan. I always end up having to do something on the weekend. So this 16 left in this one, and then one more pallet, and then we'll call it wraps. Agri Tom was saying I can run FS on 2 different PCs if they're both on the same Steam account. You can run them, but not both at the same time. I think if you've got FS22 running on one Steam account and you try and start it up on the other one, it'll tell you that it's already in use on another system. So I've got 2 different Steam accounts and 2 completely different versions of the game with different Steam keys. Even if you could get them both to run on multiplayer, it wouldn't let you use them anyway, because if you try and access a multiplayer game that's got the same game key as one that's already in use, it won't let you join. Even on a local area network, it won't let you do it, because you still have to connect to their servers to verify your game. We want 19, don't we? So we'll come over just a little bit more, right where my trailer is. Let's just push that out the way a little bit. Right, that's 19, so we go 180. Yeah, I had a problem with my DLC getting that to work on them because I messed up. I had to reinstall the game and I used the wrong product key for one of the DLCs and it would not let me go online because it kept saying I'd already used that product key on a version that was already in use online. So I had to completely uninstall my game again, reinstall it and make sure I got the correct product key for the DLC, because I'd used the one I'd used on the other PC and it got a little bit frustrating. Andrew will saying nice stream again, thank you Steve, Sim and Stevie. No worries, glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I know the Steam because I installed Steam on my new PC earlier and downloaded Farming Simulator 22 for it. Then when I came back onto this PC to re-sign into Steam, it was showing that Farm Simulator was running because it was running on the my new PC at the time, but it was still showing on this Steam account on this PC that it was actually running, so there was no option to actually play or start the game. So we've got 14 saplings left to plant and then we will call it tonight. So I will say now a big thank you to everyone that's stopped by to watch the stream. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please don't forget to smash that like button. Also don't forget to check out Stevie's channel, Stevie 4K Gaming. There's an @Stevie 4K Gaming link in the video description so you can see his videos of the previous streams. When will be your video for this stream, Stevie?
Tuesday at 6 p.m. UK time.
So you go Tuesday 6 p.m. on Stevie's channel. I will try and remember to put a community post up this time. I keep forgetting. You've got You've got a playlist, haven't you, for the series?
Yeah, I do indeed. Yeah, I have a playlist for there's 4 of them up.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll link the playlist on the community tab when I've finished, so people can go and catch up if you've missed any previous streams at Timelapse. So you can go and watch that. So what was we on? So we want 299, don't we, for these last few? So these trees will take 26 months to fully grow, so it's going to be a while before. But at least we start replanting now. We're not going to run out of trees on our land. So if we ever need to top up the kitty, let's just lower that down. 298. Oh no, I can't. It needs to be 299. Can't do it. Yeah, and I'd again say a big thank you to Nitrado for providing the game server for tonight's stream. And again, if you're considering a dedicated Farm Simulator 22 server, then check out the link to Nitrado down below in the video description. Have a look at them. They also do many other games, including Minecraft, Valheim, Ark Survival, whatever it's called, and lots of other games. So I think there's over 100 different games that do servers on. So yeah, consider them. Check out the link. It is an affiliate link, so I do earn a little small commission if you sign up for a server at no extra cost to you, so it helps support the channel. And also I do now have a dedicated community server, again provided by Nitrado, which I will try and get up and running very soon. So 289, we are pretty much bang on the money then, and then I'll moved. Oh, I forgot to turn it on again. Right. Oh, go down. So there you go, last sapling in. And that's it for tonight. So again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Stevie, for coming to help out again.
No problem at all.
I was wanting to say, yeah, next Saturday, same time, 7:30 UK time, 8:30 Central Europe. I think that was 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then whatever the equivalent is from there. Dylan says got Nitrado server years ago, used it for arc farming and Minecraft, never stopped using it. Nice one. Craden saying he smashed the like button as soon as he started watching and broke the screen again. Stevie, how's the baby again? Agri Tom was asking.
Baby's all good, sleeping right now.
Nice one. Storm saying see you next week. Yep. Farm Sims later 22 saying okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, 26 months, I agree, Tomo, for the trees, well, spruce trees at least, and pine. So I think stone pine, spruce trees, and the old pine trees or standard pine trees take 26 months to fully grow. The rate they grow varies a little bit, so the spruce trees seem to take longer to show up their first growth stage. And then the changes between those growth stages is slightly different to the pine trees, but they all take around about 26 months to fully grow. But you can cut them after 12 months, I think it is. They're at a stage where you can cut them, and then 18 months they're about the mid stage. So again, thank you for everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.